Bucket Bytes is the name, bite-sized bits and discussions is the game. I'm Ryan Post, and today we're going to be diving a little bit into some gaming news, some new shows that have been teased, something about eggs, and we're also going to be giving away the third and final code for this month for our Game of the Month. And we're also going to try not to get any fights that end the show early. So we're going to try. Let's find out what bites come out of the bucket today. Let's get it.
Hot dog.
What?
Get your hot dog.
Get your hot dogs here.
Get your hot dog.
Dude,
Lindsay.
I also hear you're a dragon slayer. Or is that
That's
just
what
a
they call
nickname?
me. That's what the ladies call me.
like I don't rage at people. I get very passive aggressive. So there was a lot of like, oh, that's fantastic.
I'm an immature child.
Did the day end well done?
It did. We went to go get ice cream at like this little pizza place.
Instead of sending bombs and missiles to Ukraine, we are sending Teslas because they are better improved explosive devices.
I feel really weird about owning a Tesla right now.
Sentient robots taking over the world.
You know, people have seen my videos. Like, it's just strange.
This is Bucket Bytes.
This is Bucket Bytes.
This is Bucket Bytes.
This is Bucket Bytes.
This is
This is
Bucket Bytes.
Fantastic. We're off to, and it's not even full screen. Great start. Perfect. It's like we're professionals here. I'm Papa Post. We got Reyes. We got Josh. We don't have Dom or Tones, but they're in chat, so give them shit for not being here. Josh, Reyes, how you guys doing, man?
Great. I mean, technical difficulties has been the name of the game, so it's only appropriate that we started the show that way.
It's perfect. It's
Yep, +1 on my end. So, but yeah, at least we're all still alive and kicking.
I
For
mean,
now.
Is that a
Yeah.
yeah, that's a positive, I
We'll
guess.
see how it goes by the end of the show, my friend.
Okay, we're not. No, we are not starting this already. We are not starting this already.
That belt is still mine.
Oh God.
You're only leasing it.
I'm just gonna let it be known, if it's not clear, bucket fights is gonna be a thing, but we'll announce more details on that later.
Working out the details, typing up the contracts, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, but it's happening.
Yeah. You know, he's
gonna be
writing
great.
his obituary so I can post it after the match.
Oh, my
So,
God. I'm really excited for it though, but I don't want to spoil too much because there's gonna be more to it. Something about people shaving their head. I don't know. I think Dom's gonna shave his head, but we did have technical difficulties. We are actually joking about recalling this episode reboot again, reboot, because yeah, people had to reboot. So anyways, guys, I wanted to kind of start things off. There's been an update for a topic I've been very interested in over the last few months with the Microsoft-Activision buyout. Have you guys seen that the UK has put their foot down?
Kaboshed.
They kabooshed it.
ooh, they got probed.
Well, and it's funny to me because I read an article while I was also reading that they, even if the FTC here in America was going to say no to it, they were still going to go through with it if that was the only holdup. Which I don't like. I guess I don't know the logistics of how they could even do that. But
Well,
I found
Sirius
that
did it. I know. Because that's the last time I remember like a merger of this like magnitude was when Sirius and XM merged.
Okay.
And I know that the FTC initially blocked that, so I don't know the specifics of how it eventually turned back around. But they did the same thing where they were like, the FTC was like, no, that's anti-competitive, like it's a monopoly type thing. And they were just like, whatever, we'll keep going. And I mean, now we have Sirius XM, so it eventually happened. I don't know, but it's not unprecedented.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, the legalities of this, though, with the UK, Europe, and just the US in general. I mean, that's just such a huge tangle, a web that you have to untangle. Because what are
Yeah.
they going to do now? Because if they stated no in the UK, I mean,
Well,
It's
My argument is if you're gonna just say fuck the FTC, why not just say fuck the CMA? Like,
well, and also like what was UK's argument? Like, wasn't it?
it was because of the fucking cloud gaming.
That's the thing. Like, it was really specific. It was really
Monopoly.
strange. But it was only on the cloud gaming side of things. Like, it wasn't even like based on like the actual because I know that the FTC, or at least where things are in the US, is they're complaining that it's going to be anti-competitive based off of like Call of Duty because it's like the largest franchise, and if they go exclusive, so that's why Microsoft had to come out and say no, it's still going to be on PlayStation, and we're actually going to expand it to Switch. So Microsoft was really trying to do well on that front. But like you said, Post, like I haven't read too much into the UK's filing, but it had something to do with cloud gaming, which is even stranger. Because what does Activision have to do with cloud gaming?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, is it just that since their library would be expanded through like the whole xCloud thing, like it would be anti-competitive towards GeForce and all of those other ones? I don't know.
And see, the thing that's even weirder is like GeForce Now.
Yeah.
You know, the streaming service, they're like, hell yeah, do it, man. This is going to be great. I think it's because
I know that they signed a petition.
I think
maybe
they just want to get bought too. That's just it.
I mean, but didn't they? What's interesting is that the UK said no, but didn't just like earlier in the month or even late March, you know, they kind of the UK told Microsoft like, hey, you kind of like help relieve some of our fears concerning this, because Microsoft told them, hey, we're going to make it available to everyone, to our partners. And so we're still going to be because we don't want to corner the market, and that's actually going to take away from the product. It's so to me, I was like, it's kind of a little bit of a shocker on that end too, because they literally told them like, oh, that helps a lot, and then they're like, now it's like, but not enough, bitch.
But it seems like, and that's why it seems like a grasping at straws thing, going after the cloud gaming aspect of it. Like they're literally just trying to put up roadblocks to make it difficult. Yeah. Like it's one of those things where it's like, we have no actual reason why we can't let this go through, but it's such a dangerous move to let these two, billion-dollar companies combine that we just don't want it to happen. So that's cloud gaming, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It seems really weird. I don't understand business enough.
Well, and I agree with that. I'm the same way, and that's why I'm confused with the whole. If a fucking trade commission says no, and you can if you can still do it, number one, what's the point of the trade commission? Is it
I don't
just
think
so
it's necessarily they can still do it. I think they just it's just back to the drawing board of how can we weasel our way through it.
And they are appealing the ruling, though. So
that's true.
We do know that. So this is the initial ruling, and so when they appeal it, they can kind of be like, okay, we're appealing this, and kind of to Josh's point, now how do we adjust fire to make this work, to make this deal go through?
Yeah. How do we just appease them so that we can, squash that complaint and move on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anybody out there has some professional knowledge on this, please feel free to let us know. We got to
call in.
Call in. Yeah, just Josh, what's your phone number? They can call you right now. It's 241. I'm just kidding.
What was the Google Voice number I set up for the buttchili situation?
I don't know. Yeah, figure it out.
Okay, one, I haven't heard this story.
Oh,
two,
jeez.
You said buttchili.
You got to subscribe to the Patreon. That was a Patreon exclusive, I believe.
It was that whole hour and a half segment that should have took 15 minutes.
I have anxiety. What can I say?
Okay, I'm sorry. So, all right. So, I guess it's okay to bring it back.
This is the promo for the Patreon.
Yeah. So I used to prank call Josh when we worked at Kfart. Okay. So he'd be working back in electronics. I would call him up. Okay, what?
No, I'm pointing at my Kmart.
Oh, that's
Kfart,
the Kfart badge up there.
Badge,
my
name tag.
Yeah. And so I would call him up. I would call electronics, and I'd go, hey, do you guys have that that new game that just came out called buttchili? And he would get so pissed at me, and I would do it like with different voices. I had like my wife call and do it once
Because I'd always be in the middle of something, and they'd call over and over and over again. So like the service desk would be like, "Josh, you have to answer the phone." And like I don't know how he knew I was busy. Like it was only when I was busy, and then I'd go and answer the call. I'd be like, "Electronics, how can I help you?" And they'd be like, "Oh, hey, I'm looking for this game called buttchili," and then I just hang up the phone. I'd be so pissed off.
I had so much fun.
This
doing
went on.
it.
This went on for years.
Man. I remember when I was a much bigger asshole. It was so much, but
You were technically a smaller asshole.
Thanks. I was much less round.
Sorry, Ed.
That's
It's
okay.
payback.
I can but see, I don't mind it, because if you're gonna give it, you got to take it, right? So, anyways, back on the very first episode of Bucket Bites, we brought up this story, and in the after hours segment, which is like the Patreon, the Bucket Bites Plus thing that we do now for Patreon, we would do a challenge at the time for our guest, and because I knew Josh, I felt like we could up it a little bit, make it a little bit more, fun, I guess. Not for him. So I challenged him then to prank call a restaurant.
Oh, no.
And ask them if they had buttchili. And it's honestly, it's in my top 3 moments of Bucket Bites' entire history so far. But because of the social anxiety, that's hard for most people, much less somebody who struggles with talking to people they don't know. It was another Papa Post asshole moment, but he did it.
If you
'cause
want
he's
to,
awesome.
I was going to say, if you want to listen to me drink myself to the point where I was comfortable calling a random restaurant and asking if they
California.
had butt chili in California. Yes.
In
from-
California?
Yeah,
from
dude,
a Google voice. Dude, we called like 4 places.
Yeah, we did.
Because like one place was like, we don't have chili. And I was like, okay, bye. And I hung up.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't want to
"Yes."
spoil too much. Go subscribe to the Patreon. It was a fantastic. It was a fantastic
I might
time.
have to. I might have to repost it. I'll make sure that that's fresh so people know.
I am now going to have to watch that and make time out of my day to intentionally invest
Yeah, like
in watching
focus on
that
it.
one episode about butt chili.
It's without a doubt, like I said, top 3 Bucket Bites moment of all time.
It
and
was
it's-
I'm
Josh has it.
I was happy to provide content.
Dude,
but,
yeah,
oh
well, and that's
boy.
funny because that's what you said. You were pumped for it. So poor people. You're probably making people quit over
Well,
there like butt
If he was
chili.
pumped, no wonder we were talking about butt chili.
Was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Josh, do the thing. There we go.
There you go.
Dude, did you guys hear me smack my head? I actually like slapped it. It was
When?
painful. Just now, just a second ago.
Why did you slap your head?
Because
I
I
mean,
was
look
trying
at the size of it. I mean, it's hard to
Oh.
miss it.
Maybe.
Bro, we are not turning this into a 3-way match and the bucket fights, okay? We're just not doing it. But no, so he's calling these places, and pissing people off. He's probably making people quit. Right? Let's be honest. You're making people quit. So Reyes, you had some kind of weird stat about what people are looking for. So like these people that Josh made quit because of his prank phone calling. What are companies looking for?
Well, a crazy stat I saw, and this is from Resume Builder. This just came out this last month. They put this out, and they found that 91% of the companies that they spoke to and are looking for hires, because again, hiring right now, everybody's kind of wanting to maintain their jobs. They don't know what's going to happen with the economy and the environment, and but 91% of the companies that are currently hiring right now on their resume are looking for workers with, guess what?
Butt chili.
I wish. Chat GPT experience.
Really?
AI. 91% said they're looking for that on their resume. And I'm like, what? And so, like, out of that, 91%,
I didn't know that
like
Chat GPT was a skill.
I didn't
Well,
know either.
I don't think they knew.
Machine learning is a skill, so that's a skill which kind of led to Chat GPT
So
and all these
hold
knowledge
on.
bases.
I don't. You probably don't know, but like, are they looking for people who can essentially write AI programs, or just people who have experience like using it?
They're looking with the experience of people who can write the know-how. Like this is what I was going to get to. Out of the 91%, 31% are looking. 30%, not 31. 30% are looking for
That
people
1%.
who know how to write it immediately. Bring them on right away. I mean, this is.
Well, can you
I knew
clarify?
that it was
Can you
gonna
clarify? Write the code or write to like writing
Like a
prompts?
write the
prompt.
code.
No,
write
to
a
write the
bot.
code.
Yes.
So
Um, you know,
30% of like any position?
30% of the of those 91% of the companies that responded, that said, hey, 91%, we want this chat
Uh-huh.
gpt experience. 30% of them are looking for people who have experience in it and can deliver something immediately.
Wow.
And we understand that this is taking main stage in many different areas, right?
Yeah.
It's taking main stage in political. People are getting sued over it, like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He's getting and there's another thing where this thing that just came out where artists are getting mad that people are mashing together songs together with the artist's voice.
Mhm.
They're getting mad because they're like, that's copyright. That's my voice. I'm not getting paid for it.
Is that
And
like?
then
Go ahead.
it's, I mean, but I'm just talking about how AI is like, it's really booming right now in multiple ways, even politics.
Yeah. Well, and that's
Can I
that's
give
the
can I give
scary side
my
of it.
can I give my opinion on that though? Like hearing that stat.
Mhm.
So I work for a company.
Mhm.
Not to dox myself, but
You work for a
where
company.
I do, and I have a day job.
Yes.
And where I've had, because I work in the tech field or like the tech side of things.
Yeah.
And I've had like non-tech people come to me and go, "How can we utilize Chat GPT in our process?" And not to get into what I do, but there's fucking nothing we can use Chat GPT for. But I think it's such a buzzword now, and it's such a
Sure.
hot topic that people are like, "How do we utilize this?" And I wonder how many of that is,
So,
how many of those resume or job postings or whatever is that where they're just like, yeah, we want this Chat GPT thing because we're hearing about
Yeah.
it. So
Well, it's a good point, Riz. If I'm, go ahead.
It really is a good point, and because it's even the company I work for. I also work in the tech industry, and they're like, "Oh, AI, AI, AI," pushing for it, right? And then you see all AI going all over the place, whether it's deep fake, whether it's other things, and we've talked about this before on the show. And they're pushing it, they're pushing it hard, and how they can utilize it in different ways to help productivity in here or this. And but all that comes with, again, you have to understand, yes, it's something new, but even if it looks like rainbows and gold and everything, it comes with the problems that you're
Sure.
going to have to solve. Everything you do is going to come with a consequence, or problems.
Sure.
What knowledge base is it going to pull from? Is it accurate? You could be putting inaccuracies all out, and you're trusting something like this. There's so much that gets involved with it. It's like, I think people are rushing, and people and companies are rushing to implement it so fast without slowing down first and thinking like, hey, do we
It's
actually even really need this?
the cart before the horse.
Exactly. That's why Elon Musk and all those people were pulling together all these people
To
to,
stop. Yeah.
to be like, hey, slow down.
Well, I I want to take a step back and just kind of talk about your stat where you said these companies are looking for people to use and write Chat GPT-esque AI programs. My company, I was just talking to my boss before I left the office on Thursday, and he told me, he's like, hey, yeah, we have software that we wrote, and he's like, yeah, we're getting quoted, we're gonna put chat GPT like in our program and on our website, and it can like tell people things. And I'm like, that's just a query bot reading stuff that's already there. I wasn't gonna say that because that's kind of like, that's like high level, right? And I don't know the specifics myself, and I really hate talking about shit I don't know about, but I just I kept my mouth shut. But like he's really excited about what AI can do for a company, and I'm like, well, we'll see. So just a little background, and I'm sorry if I'm monologuing here a little bit. I work in the construction industry, and they are adapting different. It's not the same thing as ChatGPT. It's just AI generated things. So like for example, you're basic, like, I'm not saying it's going to get rid of engineers, but there's tools that they are developing that can fully, like, 100% generate a full building with loads and calculations and everything with just using AI. And it places things in, and yeah, obviously the human adjustments a little bit, but like I think that's more so what I think people are looking for when they're hiring out for AI. I can't imagine all these companies looking for someone wanting to write an AI bot. Like
I would agree with that, but again, like to my point, like, because what was the percentage? 90?
30% of the 91.
91, yeah. So
hiring workers with chat GPT or some form of machine learning experience.
Yeah, because I don't know, like part of me thinks like 91%, that is such a huge number where a lot of it has to be misunderstanding of what that actually entails. That is.
No, and I
to your point, Post, like, yeah, there are many, especially with how machine learning is taking off these days. Like there are so many implementations, if done well, where like it's gonna completely change so many industries. And I'm not the first person to have that opinion, right. But at the same time, does Walmart need Chat GPT? Maybe not.
Did Walmart need self-checkout lines? Did they need to expand their self-checkouts to 60% of what they actually have?
I mean,
like it's
no, like, but I mean, you bring up a good point, but again, like, how much of it is putting the cart before the horse? Like, yeah, there's this thing, and we need to figure out how to use that thing versus, oh, we already have a idea of how we can use that to solve an issue we have or to streamline processes. Like, there is, because I've seen it so many times in my industry where there's buzzwords where it's just like, oh, Python's big this week. How do we switch everything over to Python? And it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's so,
and it's to me, honestly, it is a very, very, like you said, kind of almost like a trigger word now with people's responses. People either love it or they're kind of scared of it and hate it. And you don't really know what camp people fall in. But again, just like anything else, we're just waiting to see what happens with it.
Yep.
Because there's already lawsuits surrounding it. There's lawsuits surrounding defamation surrounding it. Whether that's with information, whether that's with people's imaging, whether that's with people's voice. I mean, heck, what Biden just announced he was going to run for re-election, and the Republican committee immediately released an attack ad utilizing AI generation and like utilize like some of the Lost of Us scenes. Utilizing like the Lost of Us, some of the Lost of Us scenes, the game, The Last of Us. Sorry, The Last of Us scenes, the game, with like Biden's face on it, going against Trump.
Yo,
in an AI generated campaign ad.
I want to know what's going through your brain right now because your face is making me.
Well, no, because like this is the shit that where like I got to look into that. Like, was that actually a like RNC sponsored thing, or was that just some fringe right wing group that put that together and then it got picked up?
And more often than not, that's what it is.
That's
here. Let me give this to you guys.
Look it up while I make a point. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go look that up real quick. So it's funny because that's just like, and man, I really wish I could remember the specifics of this now. But there was somebody who was it was another similar thing where I'm just gonna shut up about it because I really don't remember who it was. But it was like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say, before the election, and someone was using AI generated, pictures of somebody beheading them, basically, and they took it as a death threat. I forget who.
Are you
it
talking
was
about
now.
Kathy Griffin?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I
With
couldn't
Trump's
remember who it
head,
was.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, I have the article up, and
All right.
so the article is from Engadget.com. So they
They
went
don't pay us. Don't tell them.
and so the Republican National Committee said it was the first time it had used a video that was made entirely with AI. The ad starts by depicting Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris at an election victory party. Although there's a faint disclaimer in the top left corner noting that the ad was built entirely with AI imagery, there's a dead giveaway that is not a real photo of Biden and Harris. Both of the smiling AI generated figures have far too many teeth.
That's how you know it's the teeth.
The
The
ad
fingers
goes
and the
on-
teeth. That's what you got to look at.
Yeah, I know. The ad goes on to depict several domestic and international incidents that the Republican National Committee suggests might happen if the Biden-Harris ticket wins again. Like this morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan, or a fake news announcer says, for instance, that. And it keeps on going more and more, but
Yeah,
basically
there's
the
a
ad
lot of
stokes
examples.
fear of the financial crisis, and that like San Francisco is going to be a crime haven, for crime and fentanyl, and it uses the Last of Us like imagery in the
Sure.
background, showing it like desolate, but all of it was AI generated and pushed out by the Republican National
Yeah, so
Committee.
we can just spread hate so much faster.
And I'm
Right.
like, and to me, and to me, that was my first thought. I'm like, why would you do this? And again, faint disclaimer in the top left corner. How many people are going to actually? Because I mean, people believe what's on television.
I
Sadly,
believe it all.
at
Well, and
times.
even so, like to post point,
It's-
like I mean, this was always possible with like CGI, or at least
Yeah.
within the
Yeah,
past
right.
20 years. But I mean, like to your point, post, it's like you could just fucking generate the shit so quickly and so topically that we're gonna get to the point where it's like, because it's so fast, like somebody's gonna be like, "Well, this is obviously real." Like,
Oh, man.
it's
Exactly.
such a scary prospect.
Can I
don't-
I just, Reyes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off for a second.
No.
There was a YouTuber who he's not so active anymore. But I really enjoyed his content back in the day, and that was Captain Disillusion. Do you remember who that is?
Oh, he had like the gold or the silver
Yeah,
face.
he painted
and,
the silver, and he would like
Yeah.
debunk all these viral videos and stuff.
Yes, yes, I remember him.
I don't normally shout out YouTubers. I don't watch a lot, but he was one that I actually kind of enjoyed. And
You don't normally shout out YouTubers. You got one on your fucking show every week.
Yeah, and how often do I shout
didn't wanna
out
say it.
suggestive gaming? Huh?
Every week I'm on the show.
I was gonna say, but it's like his content. I feel like we need the captain now more than ever to break
Yeah.
down. But he's one man. You couldn't seriously like.
That's the thing, and like you're just constantly going to be chasing it, right? Like even if you have people who are watchdogging this kind of thing, like by the time that they get to it, who's already seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what these companies need to do is hire someone to go through all the media that people post and go call them and yell at them. I think that's what they need to do.
Well,
Like,
I
they
mean,
gotta-
we have to hold networks accountable,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that's where we're going in terms of how they're going to generate these kinds of political
Yeah.
ads, because it's one thing to put, because there is libel and slander laws, right?
Mhm.
So it's one thing to put something in text and be like, if you elect Joe Biden, this is going to happen. But it's another to like show like this is the world with Joe Biden, and it's Joe Biden literally punching a puppy or something. I don't know.
And again, it just goes back to you're moving forward too fast
Mhm.
not realizing the repercussions and consequences of this. I mean, you're just, oh, this is a new toy. I'm going to use it immediately.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's
I
the
mean,
same as
that's what
I,
I do.
I mean, it's similar. It's not the same, but as like when file sharing first came out, and like record industries and movie companies, like they didn't understand how to keep up, and all of a sudden it was like,
Yeah.
all right, you can download any album ever off of Napster.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it how long did it take for the record
LimeWire.
industries exactly
Yep.
like to crack down on that and figure out how to
Oh,
deal with it? And it's going to
man.
be the same way, but like 10 times worse, because this technology is moving way faster and
Oh
it's way
yeah.
more integral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's integrated in every industry. I mean, I just read something today that they're utilizing they're looking at utilizing robots to not only do 3D printed implants. We do 3D printed so many things already, but they're looking at utilizing it in surgery for it to actually do the surgery itself, to make the surgery safer and less invasive. And I'm just like, what? I was like, you're going to have a machine do a surgery on a human being.
No, but that stuff happened. Well, it's all human controlled though right now.
Eh,
Yeah,
Some of it's
but
programmed. Some
that's
of it's
but I'm
programmed.
talking about they're looking at it for it to be programmed.
No, I
Yeah,
get it. And
that's
there's some of that. It's funny that I just want to bring it up because we're on the healthcare. I read an article that AI generated responses are more heartfelt and what's the word I'm looking for, Josh? Because you know what I'm talking about. Where
I do.
AI
empathetic.
writes, yeah, they're more empathetic responses than an actual doctor, and it makes people
Well,
feel
and also, well,
better.
not only that, but like and I don't know how true they are, but I've also seen reports of like AI being more accurate with diagnosis
Yeah.
when somebody enters in their symptoms and talking to it than an actual doctor, because actual doctors have to get the patient out the door
Yep.
so that they can see the next patient, whereas this
Yep.
AI is just trained on millions and millions of pieces of data. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
and it's
wild.
very true. A lot of doctors, what they do is they'll literally open up, and not WebMD, but something similar, like it's called Mosby's or something
It's
like that,
Google. They just
and
open
they
Google.
just look up all the
They're like
symptoms.
IT for people, dude. That's all they are.
Yeah, and so all it's doing is it's looking up all the symptoms way faster than they can, and
Yeah.
giving it to them. But still, the doctor has to go on the back end and figure out, like, okay, where did this thing get this from? I need to figure this out
Sure.
because you can't just have the AI assigning the diagnosis and medications.
Yeah, that's true. Josh, just so you know, you're a computer doctor. They should just call you Josh Picard MD.
Well, I mean, I write programs. I'm not like a end user person, but
Okay, but I know I was making
I
a
get
bad
it.
joke.
I
I'm
get
sorry.
it.
Yeah,
It was
bad joke.
it was a very bad joke because it was inaccurate. It's not what I do.
Classic Papa moment. Did you guys have any last thoughts on AI before we transition? No.
I think
I'm
we
sorry.
beat it pretty good.
Yeah, we covered it.
Yeah, we
Scary.
I mean,
Scary stuff.
Hmm.
AI is just fun to talk about. It's topical, and I feel like there's new news every day.
Yep.
So
It's going
I
to
think
continue to be
it's-
that way, at
and
least for
that's fine. That's that's
foreseeable
cool
future.
to me. Hey, so I kind of wanted to make a new segment starting this week that we could do every week, and it'd just be a short little thing. I would like to do a notable game release of the week. So, just to kind of let you guys know, like, hey, what games came out this week? Maybe we played them, maybe we didn't, maybe we hate them, maybe we love them. So, just a few games that did come out this week. Jedi Survivor came out today. Dead Island 2 came out a week ago. And there's a game called Live Alive.
Did not
And
come out this week. Just came out on PC this week.
It came out. That's correct. But the reason I wanted to highlight this one is because I don't know if the original game back in Japan for PS5 or 4, I'm not sure what console it was. Did it
Switch.
it's just Switch?
Well, it came out on Switch in the West like a while ago.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just finally released on PC, but it was also a remake. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I did that. I did that. I just didn't know how the original game was, and the reason I wanted to highlight
Gotcha.
this game is that this game has that kind of like HD 2.5D type, like Octopath Traveler look, and
Yep.
like, even if I don't fucking love games like that, I'm a sucker for that art style so
Looks
bad.
really cool. Looks
Oh,
really
it looks
cool.
so cool, man. So I actually might end up. I'm probably gonna end up buying that one.
So I didn't get that far into it, but I did play it when it first came out on Switch, and I'm looking right now. It came out on Switch in July of 2022, so
Oh, okay.
last year.
All right. So forgive me.
But yeah,
not
it's
a
finally
full-
now. Yeah, finally now releasing on PC. But I played it a little bit, and it's a really interesting game because it's all you play as like a bunch of different characters.
Yeah, kind of like Octopath, right?
Kind of, but Octopath all takes place at the same time. These characters, it's all in different time periods. So
Okay.
you're talking
Oh.
like Stone Age, and then there's like Imperial China, Edo Japan, all into the like all the way up to the future, like the distant future. But you can play all of these stories in whatever order you want,
Oh, okay.
and then once you beat it, then it unlocks like a final story that ties it all together.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's
and
pretty
it's-
slick, actually.
Yeah, it's a really interesting idea, but apparently this was like a Super Nintendo game that was only in Japan in 94 from what I'm seeing. And then they finally remade it last
Gotcha.
year in this new style, and like I said, it was fun. I think I played through like one of them for the Switch, and once I got my Steam Deck, my Switch kind of got thrown away basically. So now I can play it on my Steam Deck though, so I'm excited for that. I'm definitely gonna kind of
You still playing on that? You're still playing on that Steam Deck pretty good?
I took my fiance to the DMV today, and I waited in my car, and I was playing on my Steam Deck the entire time. I love
Playing
that
on
thing.
the Steam Deck.
I love that thing so much.
What about the that ASUS one?
All right, so now we're talking. Well, do we want to talk about the other games right now, or do
No,
we want to?
well, yeah. Let's talk about Let's talk about the other games first. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So I know you played before the show. You said that you had to wait for the Jedi Survivor cutscene to end. I'm assuming you're recording it.
So today, actually, because I wanted to be able to talk about it, I played both Dead Island 2 and Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So
Yeah, both
I
came
have
out in the
things to
last
say
week.
about both of them.
Lay it down. Lay it down.
Which one?
Both.
Jedi
Tell us why
first.
both of I heard both of them had performance issues.
So I
And
can speak
go
to
for it.
one of them, because Dead Island 2 I have not had any performance issues with thus far. It runs fine. Now, to be fair, I have a top of the line, PC 4090, 64. Actually, I think I have 128 gigs of RAM now. Whatever, but
Okay.
I've got a top of the line PC. Okay, so anything I throw at this thing should work fine.
Yeah.
Jedi Survivor runs absolutely horribly.
Really?
And
Wow.
it is really depressing. So like part of me is like, do I even try to play this thing, or do I wait until a couple more
A month?
patches and see if they
Yeah.
fix it? The game though, like it looks incredible when when it's running well. It stutters. That's the problem. It's like I am not maintaining a solid frame rate at all.
Sure.
So it's stuttering constantly, but it looks great. Like I'm loving the gameplay thus far.
Well, how bad are the
Um,
lows? When you say it's stuttering, like what are your lows?
Oh
Like,
my god, dude.
Does it get down
Like,
into
there are-
like the 20s?
Well, the problem is, so I'm running it at over 60. I haven't
Okay.
done any like actual, performance analysis, but it's definitely running over 60 most of the time. But the
Yeah.
problem is, if I move the camera, if it's in a cutscene and it switches shots,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it
okay,
stutters.
it takes a
It's like a
second.
second.
It's that-
Yeah, and that is really rough when you're playing that kind of fast action game. So
Right.
I've heard on console performances more consistent, which is good.
Well, it's
'cause
because they're
that's the
writing
problem
these
is-
things. Yeah. Well, they're writing everything
For one-
Yeah, dude.
for one
And
piece
we
of
keep
hardware.
getting PC keeps getting shit on, and I'm getting sick of it. Damn it.
Same.
I don't get I don't get that because PC you're able to upgrade and do so much more with it than these consoles
Well,
who eventually will get stagnant and then you have to get a new console later on down the road
you got to
where you
look at
can
it this way.
constantly upgrade your PC.
You got to look at it this way though, Reyes. When you're writing something for a console, there's 2 or 3 configurations maybe.
Well, right now I guess Xbox Series X and S is the only difference, but like there's one PS5. So if it runs well on one PS5, it's going to run well on every PS5.
Right.
But if it runs well on one PC, you can't guarantee it's going to run well on every configuration of every PC out there. And there are a lot of tools that developers can use to, simulate and test certain things. And there's a lot of, I don't want to say conspiracy theories out there about why they're not performance testing things as well as they could. And a lot of it is basically just PC market is still not as big as the console market. And it would take more investment to test all of these PC configurations than they would get out of the return. So they're just like, fuck it. Just release it. We'll see how it goes post-launch, and we'll fix it over time. Because PC gamers are really bad at that. Where it's just like, all right, we'll buy the game, and as long as it works within 2 months, we'll forgive you. Like that kind of thing.
And it's because people, I think inherently people on computer playing on PC, they tried it, like they enjoy trying to fix it and find ways to make it work too.
Mod it. Yeah, modding it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's a market for that, and I get that. And it's so frustrating to me. And as we have more and more developers, we've got 2 coming on in the next month and a half here. We will, I think with the games that we have coming on, though, it's a little bit different. They're not quite as
we're not talking.
We're not AAA games, but I would love to find out from these developers what's the big holdup? What's really holding them back from getting these to be consistently operating at a quality level?
Investors. I think that's 100% what it is.
Oh, for sure.
It's we got to get the game out on time. What do we prioritize?
Timeline.
Well,
deliverables.
We prioritize what we know we can guarantee will run well, which is console.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shame. It's always been about money, but I just miss it when it was about providing a fun game.
No, it was always about money, Post. It was just there was less money in the gaming industry. That's all it was.
You want to satisfy your main stakeholders. That's what's.
Yes. It's everybody's in it now. So you're right, Josh. The market wasn't as big.
Right. Well, it's not that it wasn't as big. It was just there was less investment in making a video game.
Not as big. I think you got away with, the problem nowadays is we had that golden age between 2008 and 2015 maybe, where it was consistently good games that performed at peak levels, and now it's a lot of the whole volume over quality thing. And I get it. I'm not a developer, so I can't really say, but I know that there's so much that goes into these games, the development, how complex this shit is. I can't even wrap my head around that, so I get it. But I think maybe that's why I don't know. I just want shit that works, and it works okay. And
yeah, it's what we all want, and it's just frustrating because PC is definitely the low priority.
A good example of that. Explain to me why the fuck EA Sports. Obviously, EA Sports is a shit company. But explain to me why EA Sports couldn't put the next generation version of their sports titles on PC. Why the fuck am I didn't play really this year at all, but why the fuck are we on PC still playing last gen versions of a new game on systems that are, you know what I'm saying? It's just so,
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's so fucking stupid. I almost considered buying a next gen system just so I could play Madden, and I told myself no, because that's stupid. I do stupid things, but that was not one of them.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous that they even they made that initiative to start putting EA Sports games on PC, and then just fell back on it so quickly. It was within 3 years that they're just like, nah, fuck you, you're not getting the new versions anymore. Like it was ridiculous.
Well, it was at the launch of the new console because I can't even. I just don't. I'm so mad about it.
Wow.
But it's EA. It's a shit company. EA
Well, as a hockey
Sports-
fan, I don't even get NHL on PC, so
and I just don't. Like I said, I don't understand. They write these games. Yes, they're doing it for, what's on the consoles. But how fucking hard is it to get it ported? Pay someone. Never mind. That's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down right now.
I mean, but haven't there been cases? Haven't there been cases where these game developers actually push back the release date? Be like, hey, we have issues here. We want to make sure this works well, for all of our customers. And it comes out and it works great, great on
No,
PC.
it still doesn't.
Works great on console.
sometimes.
I mean, they're rare. Those are rare cases. But can
Rarely,
you?
but yeah.
But can any of you
Playing
remember
against Starfield.
any cases like that?
No, not even Halo Infinite, because they delayed that shit a whole fucking year and that shit still didn't work. It wasn't good, and I'm still so salty about that.
Well, and we'll see. Like a great example of that, or at least the attempt of that, is the Suicide Squad game, which I think did it get delayed indefinitely now?
Yes, indefinite. It was indefinite, so we don't know when it's going to be actually
Wow.
released.
So they showed it off, and people
If at
were
all.
like, "Wow, that looks bad. Like that game does not look fun." And they're like, "All right, we're gonna delay it indefinitely. We're gonna work on it."
But good on them for recognizing it and stopping it.
That's true.
That's like, hey, props to them. And that's what
That's what I'm saying.
Microsoft did
It's
with
an
Halo.
attempt.
Mm-hmm.
But how bad was Halo? If what
I
they
still haven't
released is
played
what it's really not, like, nowadays. It's really not that bad.
But
it was
you can't
just a
keep
shell.
giving them that, because that's what the Master Chief Collection was, right? Where it was
At
like that
launch.
thing launched and it was fucking horrible.
And it's funny because
then it was
now
like-
it's totally awesome.
It was,
But
it
you
was
know,
bad on console, huh?
8 years later, it's
Yeah.
fine. And it's
Yeah, I
like, so
know.
now we give it a pass, right?
Well, it's the same old argument that we're all just beta testing games for these fucking big studios. And that's
Yeah.
honestly, like, it's a double-edged sword, because god damn it, do I love Game Pass, but god damn it, do I wish they'd put some quality games and invest in fucking studios that would make good see, and that's my issues. I love first person, like, action adventure, quality, immersive, like Last of Us, God of War. Like, I'm buying PlayStation 5 just so I can play the Silent Hill games.
Neither of those are first person.
I meant single player. I meant single player.
Oh,
I'm
single
sorry.
player.
I'm
okay.
sorry. Yeah, I misspoke. But
Well, then you should be a fucking Sony player, because that's
I
Sony's been specializing in that.
and do you know
So,
what's funny? Well,
I'll
gonna say.
just say this, because what got me into really more of the PC side of it, because I was always a console guy, and what got me really into the PC side of it was a game called Divinity, and Div- Divinity was an RPG that I bought on the console, and I loved it. It was great. The storyline, the
Wait,
world.
you played Divinity on console and enjoyed it?
It was like Dungeon and Drag. All this stuff. Like, I loved
It's
it.
fine on
What?
console post.
Is
Like,
it? Well, I'm sure the performance is
yeah.
fine. I just can't imagine
Yeah,
playing a
but-
game like that
No,
on console.
no. In
It-
terms of controls, it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was great. I had no idea that it had actually been a huge PC game prior to moving over to console.
Yeah.
And so me, when I'm like, okay, so why? And then realizing, wow, PC, you're able actually to utilize the majority of these games without having a console, instead of having to be relegated to, you have to PlayStation, relegated to Xbox, or whatever one. Oh, now on the PC, I can go to any and everyone. I thought that was an amazing thing, and realizing that a lot of some of these games actually have their betas on PC.
Mhm.
Didn't
See,
and so like I
see
was like,
Baldur's
this
Gate.
is yep, Baldur's Gate. And so I love this, and and the capabilities are incredible. So to me, it just boggles the mind why they're not investing more into that sector.
Well, it's a growing sector, and I think it's one that they're kind of realizing, but they realize it's not quite there yet. I mean, you gotta think about it. Let's be real. I mean, if you're catering to people who can't afford to build $3,000 systems, so that's the primary target market of gaming these days, right? So, I that's what it is, and I get that. It sucks because I'm so invested in this market, and they hate us. So, anyways, Josh, how was Jedi Survivor? We got like so way off topic.
Oh yeah, but it was semi on topic.
Yeah.
I will say, so I just checked Steam and I am 80 minutes in, so hour and a half ish. And I like the way it starts out. I really like that it doesn't do the thing where a lot of sequels, they take what the first game did and they're just like, all right, you have all those abilities, now let's strip them away so that you have to spend the entire game getting them back. It doesn't do that.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, you don't have quite the arsenal you do at the end of the first game.
Well,
but they don't have to explain it away in a dumb way.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The balance that they found is good. Story is great so far, and I messaged one of my buddies that, if I watched the first 80 minutes of this game, it would have been the greatest Star Wars movie since Episode 6.
Really? Okay.
Really?
It's like and I don't want to spoil too much.
Don't, because I'm gonna end up playing it, but
there's a like a dogfight scene.
Okay.
And Star Wars is always really good with dogfight scenes, and it's the best one since destroying the first Death Star, I feel. Like, just the way it's the way the shots are, the way it's paced, it's fantastic. Really good.
All right. So the Picard flip flop hasn't happened yet. So I'm assuming you haven't made it to one of the first bosses yet.
I fought like a mini boss and then a boss.
So I don't want to spoil anything. I was kind of watching someone while I was working earlier today. There was a boss where like the person they have like this telepathic like force mode.
I fought that.
You fought that? Okay. He was losing his shit because he couldn't beat it. And I'm like, I was laughing because I actually thought to myself, I'm like, if Josh is playing this game, he's gonna fucking hate it when he gets to this part.
It was fun. I didn't get it. Like I played it, and I like that, like what you're talking about, that I didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and
like,
this person didn't either.
So I just backed away the entire time, and it was fine.
And it was
I don't know.
It was funny because go ahead.
I'm approaching it, and I did the first game too, like a Dark Souls type thing when I'm fighting those kinds of bosses, where I'm not gonna just rush in and fucking slash with my lightsaber. I gotta wait until my opportunity. So
I
don't know. I did
you
like
the scene
exactly. Like so, I didn't. I don't know. Again, like, that part confused me, but it wasn't an issue.
Okay.
I'm this kind of a little bit off topic, but on topic. But what is the most frustrating boss kind of fight scene game that you had to actually play, which you were just, it almost wanted to make you rage quit?
The drone in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, the helicopter, you mean?
The little RC helicopter.
Well,
that's the one that sticks out in my brain. How much I couldn't.
Vice City wasn't that bad. San Andreas was really bad.
Was it the San Andreas one that was?
Yeah. There was one mission in Vice City I'm trying to think, because I mean there have been so many in SG.
Can I my second option there is in Dino Crisis 1, there's a puzzle segment that requires you to turn things, and with using PlayStation 1 controls, it is the dumbest fucking thing ever, and I just
Ooh.
it's at
Fair
the very end of the game, and I just like was losing my shit, and I hated my life. But anyways,
I just remembered. I think it was I've tried to remove all of the Kingdom
out of
Hearts
your memory.
from my mind. But there was one Kingdom Hearts boss. I don't even remember who it was, but there's a card game in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. It's called Chain of Memories, and it is fucking stupid because it's a Kingdom Hearts game where instead of attacking, you have to like play cards. So like you're running around dodging, and in order to attack, you have to do like stack your cards into attacks. It's the dumbest thing ever. And there was a boss fight in that where I swear to God, I spent probably 6 hours on one boss playing on normal difficulty, just because I was so bad at the card game aspect of things. And I literally like recorded my playthrough and posted it on the Kingdom Hearts subreddit. And I was like, somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. And they're like, no, you're doing great. And I was like, what the fuck?
You're doing great. Keep losing. You'll win eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, you'll eventually get lucky. And it's like, okay, great. So
Wow.
that must have been I think that's probably it.
Okay. What about you, Riz? You brought it up, so now you better have a fucking dandy.
So
pressure.
mine was in it was in Formula One racing, and so my brother, backstory, my brother has loved Formula One, and this is my eldest brother. He's 15 years older than me. Loved Formula One since as long as I can
Is
remember.
it Felipe?
Yes.
Tell him to
And
fucking text me
so
back. Anyways.
and so I'm playing this so I can kind of play with him a little bit. We're across the country, away from each other, and yes, this recently happened in the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
And they do these time trials, right?
Mm.
Formula One, I know it's a pretty huge international sport worldwide. It's like one of the top racing sports. I don't know too much about it. I did not know the intricacies. Like they literally walk the track. You have to know certain spots on the track. You have to know every little certain thing.
Yeah.
And I kept on failing a time trial. And I kept racing and racing and fucking racing. And I would get so close. And I'm talking about like milliseconds. Fucking close, which is even more infuriating. If I was like seconds off, okay, I could accept it. But when I'm milliseconds off, Daddy can't fucking accept it. Daddy's going. I went for 10
Daddy's
hours.
I hate
10
that.
hours to beat the time trial. And I finally did it. And I almost quit, but I finally did it. And I messaged my brother, excited about it. And he does it, and he messages me back, beat the time trial in 20 minutes.
That's this dude, Josh. You know what that reminds me of? In trials,
So mad.
In trials with the bone breaking,
yeah.
we would always like we would always try to like we would have the leaderboard with who broke the most bones in trials. Oh, that was fun. Anyways, yeah. Go ahead.
That does remind me. Today, I'm making a video on Breath of the Wild for Tears of the Kingdom.
Shout out to
the Zelda game
on YouTube.
And so I was playing through Breath of the Wild, and I was having a horrible time because I hate that game.
Yeah.
My fiance Aziza loves that game, so she just took over. So now she's playing instead. But there's like DLC boss fights that I need because they unlock certain cutscenes, and so she was having a real rough time with one of the DLC boss fights. So she goes on YouTube to like watch like a thing, and the guy's like, "Yeah, this is the easiest one. This was the one." Like, don't worry about this one. It's super easy. And it's like when you hear that, you just get so much more frustrated because you're just like, "Yeah, I'm sure, it's super easy.
Yeah.
I've just been at it for 20 minutes and I can't fucking."
Yeah. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
It's infuriating. And just like she saw that, Lindsay saw what my brother sent me and started laughing. Absolutely laughing her ass off.
So are you going to go back?
Which
and beat
also
him?
makes you feel better.
Yes.
You are going to go back and beat him?
I tried. Yes, I went back. I did beat his time, and then he went back and beat my time in 5 minutes. So I gave up after that.
Oh, so you're a quitter. Got it.
Because it took me 3 hours to beat that time again.
That's the sound of a quitter. Anyways, so Josh, you were talking about how you play on your Steam Deck.
Yeah.
ASUS is coming out with one, and it looks great.
Yes.
Sounds great. We didn't know the price. Price leaked. It wasn't announced. It leaked, right?
And multiple price. So there's going to be multiple configurations of this thing. It's called the ROG. Help me out.
Is it the Zephyrus?
No,
The
it's
syphilis?
the ROG Ally.
Okay.
So it's a little
sounds
Windows
friendly.
machine. It runs an AMD processor. There's going to be multiple configurations in terms of like RAM and processor power.
Yeah.
It's more powerful than the Steam Deck,
Okay.
and it is going to be comparably priced. So the one that leaked, which was like the most powerful one, is reportedly going to be $699.
Okay. Let me, as someone who does not own a Steam Deck, what is the level of? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't matter because if it's a mobile Windows or if it's just a small Windows machine, it could run Steam OS, right? Or
So here's the thing. Here's the difference. So the Steam Deck runs a custom Linux operating system.
Okay.
Valve has been putting a ton of time and money into developing a compatibility layer so that any game can run on this Linux operating system.
Sure.
So even if it requires Windows, there's like a compatibility layer that can run it. What ASUS is marketing this on is ours just runs Windows. So if the game runs on Windows, it'll run on this machine. So you don't have to worry about compatibility. It's just it's a computer. It's a computer in your hand.
That's
so don't worry about it.
I didn't know that about Steam Deck, that it ran Linux.
Yeah.
But I'm sure most of the issues are not that big of an issue for running games.
There are like specifically when it like requires like a launcher or like a third party thing. So like you can run World of Warcraft on your Steam Deck, but it's going to take you a lot of fucking around.
Right.
You can run Epic Game Store stuff on your Epic Game Store I think is one of the ones where you need to install Windows. So you can install Windows on your Steam Deck. But again, it requires some fucking around. Like the average consumer isn't going to do it.
Right. What about like Red Dead? Because they have the Rockstar launcher.
That works. I've played that.
Okay.
Yeah. But like in terms of things you can't get on Steam, you're kind of left in the dark unless you. Epic Games is another big one. Like you can't run Fortnite on a Steam Deck unless you install Windows. But again, nobody's going to do that.
Then on the comparisons for what you get for the price, what are your thoughts on that? Because obviously with you owning a Steam Deck and you seeing the highest price that this is going to come out at, what's the highest price of the Steam Deck for, and what do you think on the biggest bang for the buck?
So I'd have to see it when it comes out because I don't know what interface is going to be like. Because what you get with the Steam Deck is a great user experience. So if you're not a tech person and you just want to play PC games, but like you're afraid of the technical know-how of being a PC gamer, because as we talked about before, sometimes it takes some setting up, sometimes it takes some knowing how to build a PC or something like that.
Right.
Steam Deck is fucking awesome because you go on the Steam store, you find something that's deck verified, as they say, you install it and you play it. That's it. That's all you have to do. So that's really nice. I don't know how the ROG Ally is going to work because it's just going to be Windows.
You know 100%.
So am I going to have to...
It's going to be moving the right stick to move the mouse, to click, press
and I'm going to have to fiddle around. I'm going to have to fiddle around with all the settings in every game to figure out what works best.
Well, thank you. That being said, you can like... it might not be that bad, to be honest, because I know if you can actually operate Windows with an Xbox controller, and it works pretty well actually.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be horrible. I got to see it because, like I
Right.
said, that's what you get with the Steam Deck. It might be slightly less powered. It's not running Windows, so you don't have full 100% compatibility. But what you get in user experience, I think, makes up for it.
Okay.
And it's interesting because on this image, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like it has just by itself the Steam app on there as well.
Yeah, it
for
runs
it.
the Steam.
So
OS.
it's gonna be interesting. Very
Well,
interesting.
because it's a PC. So I mean, you can run Steam on a PC. This thing's just a PC.
We gotta tell Henry to start putting screens on his systems, and then he can have his.
Oh, that's actually a great idea. Just make one of those panels an LCD.
Yes, exactly. And then you got a semi-mobile fucking monster.
Oh, imagine taking that to a LAN party. Do people still have LAN parties? Are we just boomers?
Yeah, we're boomers, bro. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's really that's because I know there's another competitor to that the ASUS I forget who's making it now, but it's pretty much like a cloud gaming handheld. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Josh?
yeah. So there, yeah.
It was Reyes. You
forgot
sent
who
that
made
to me,
that.
I think, a long time ago.
Yeah, I did, and because it came out during
Logitech.
Logitech's making it.
Logitech G Cloud.
Yep.
Okay. Cheek,
And
did you
so
say Cheek Cloud?
it
G.
came,
Oh, G
but
Cloud.
but I think it was a different one too. Besides that one, the one I was talking about. I was talking about the one that came out during the, uh, what's it called? The customer
Yeah, CES.
electronics.
Yeah,
CES,
Yeah, CES. Yep.
Yeah.
It came out during CES, and they said it wasn't even going to come out till probably later on this year.
I
They're
don't think
talking
this
about
thing's
like
out yet.
fall.
This
So
Logitech's not out yet.
yeah, so
No, it's out.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
it came out recently
wasn't,
though.
It wasn't the Logitech one. Let me look that up again.
I know that there's rumors of a Sony handheld device that is just going to operate as a remote play for your PS5.
Yeah, that's cool. Especially if it's on same network. Although, see, I still can't get over latency. Like
I'm the same way. I've
even
tried
if I'm
xCloud
playing-
so many times.
Yeah, even if I'm playing like a single player game, like I played Fable 1 on xCloud. And while it was somewhat playable, like even on a wired connection, it was still like enough to bother me.
Unless it's like a turn-based RPG, I'm never
Yeah.
going to be able to do it.
Dude, no, even navigating through the menus, Josh, that one like
I'm with
5
ya.
millisecond delay between button presses is gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Is it the Razer Edge?
Oh, that
Razer.
could be
It
a
was
thing.
Razer. It was
Yeah,
Razer.
the
Yep.
Razer Edge. The Razer Edge. So that is the company's answers to the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck.
The
To be fair though,
answers-
the Edge is a little bit more complex than something like the G Cloud because it is an Android device.
Yeah.
I saw this thing. It's actually interesting because so Razer makes this device called a Kishi, and it's like a backbone. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those.
Backbone.
Where you
Like our
can.
game? Sorry.
No, well, yes, but no, it's like a device that you clip onto your phone that gives you a controller, right?
Yep.
So Razer makes one called the Kishi, and essentially what this device is, it's a little tiny Android tablet that has a Kishi that comes with it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what this is. So it is technically still an Android device. It's not just for cloud gaming. You can play Android games on it too.
Okay.
Whereas I think the G Cloud is like 100%. Like, nope, you can just stream NVIDIA and Game Pass, and that's it. But yeah, it is an interesting world where we're moving into that kind of cloud handheld gaming aspect.
Do you remember me mentioning a while back when you were on that Netflix has games?
Yeah, Netflix definitely has games.
So some of them are playable on TV. But the majority of them, I had to look this up because they're adding 40 more games this year to their library. And I was surprised. I actually downloaded it on, if you have Netflix, basically you can install almost all of them that are available on the iOS or Android store. Like there's a few good games on there. Like good games. Nothing crazy, but like they have I thought I had it written down. Like Oxenfree is a pretty slick game that's available on your phone. That's it's free if you have Netflix. 12 minutes. Josh is taking a potty break. Have you guys Riz, you've played Exploding Kittens before, right?
Yes. They have that on there?
Yeah, they have Exploding Kittens. So if you have a Netflix account, you just sign in on your phone and you can get, anybody else that has Netflix or owns the game on their phone or whatever, you can play Exploding Kittens with your friends. I was like, what? I was looking through their library today.
It's interesting, but at the same time, that's just, in my eyes, a little bit, it's like redundant because some of those games you can just get those from the App Store. It's the same thing.
It is
like
but it's
Exploding
free.
Kittens.
But it's free. Well, yeah. So right, Exploding Kittens. I don't know. Are they free on the App Store, or do they cost money? Because they're free with Netflix.
I would need to look into that.
Because I can tell you right now that like Oxenfree in 12 minutes, those are not free games. Those are not free games. Like those, like you can get them free on Game Pass, right? Which, by the way, if no one's ever played 12 minutes, that game is super fun until the very end. So if you just like play the game and enjoy it, just don't finish it, and you'll be like, "Hey, this is a great game." Oxenfree is also a pretty fun game.
Sounds like you're traumatized by it,
dude. Don't even get me started on the ending to 12 minutes. There's multiple endings, and not any of them are any good. I hated everything about the ending of that game.
So they made a good game all the way until the climax.
Yes, until the climax. The climax was ruined.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
No, I don't have that issue. But actually that game, Daisy Ridley voice acts in that game. The chick who plays Rey from Star Wars.
Really?
Yep. And there's somebody else in there. Oh, shit, I can't remember. I'd have to go look it up. There's a lot of really good voice talent on that game. The game itself's kind of weird, but so basically, like, I feel like this should be a paid segment, but it's not. But like you go into the Netflix app and you go to the gaming tab, and like it'll give you the list of all the games you can play. You just click it and it downloads it from the Android store. So it's like the Netflix version of that game. It's actually pretty fucking cool. Josh, did you ever play 12 minutes by chance?
No, I was listening. We talked about it on a past episode, I think with Shura. And I still have not played it.
It's a decent game that was ruined by the ending, and that's that.
You've mentioned that.
I will never let anybody forget. Speaking of places I didn't know that had games, did you know fucking Amazon Prime has games?
Yep.
And they give out a bunch of games every month.
Yep. That's it's part of their Twitch Prime gaming thing, and
I've seen it before, but I never thought like
they tried to make their own game.
I said Amazon.
The MMO.
I bought that game. I bought that game, and it was not bad, except for it was,
not good.
No, it was honestly like the gameplay was totally fine. It came down to how they had the economy in the game. I think is really how that game got ruined. And
can I be completely honest?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was invited into like the creator beta program.
Yeah,
because I have a successful YouTube channel.
Shout out.
So I got a beta. I got like 5 beta codes or something.
Yeah.
So I took one and then I gave some to some people I work with, and we all hated it.
Yeah. No, it was fine. Well, I enjoyed. See, but I didn't play it in the way probably most people did. Like I did it as like a relaxing, like fuck, I'm gonna, gather resources and shit like that.
I should rephrase that. I didn't hate it. I just got really bored. There was nothing keeping me in there.
So
okay, so on my end, I find it very interesting to hear these two different perspectives.
welcome
And
to
so,
me, Josh.
so Poster Boy, you know, was surprisingly enjoyed it. He was pleasantly surprised. Well, whereas Josh expected, pretty much, he expected it, and it did not live up to any expectations he may have hoped for on
Did
it.
you have any expectations?
So how did this? Want to hear from each one of you. So, Post, you were saying you were like, I liked it. It was enjoyable. I was really surprised. It was really nice. So, what other things that really drew you into it?
Yeah, look, I think it did a lot of what MMOs did in a very good way. I really loved the resource gathering part of it and the crafting of it. I thought it did a great job of that. The map size was good. The enemies were pretty decent. But where the game fell apart was with part of how the economy ran and how different factions would claim territories and how the wars actually worked. The wars were timed, and you had to be invited in and like approved prior to actually being part of these wars. So if you weren't part of the war, you were SOL. You just had to sit there and watch.
Oh,
so that's what really turned it off for me. Like, because as a father and husband, I can't always be there when these things happen at fucking 11:45 p.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever. It turned it off. So that's why I eventually stopped playing.
Okay. Now, what about you, Josh?
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember enough about that game to give like any actual opinion on it. I remember because like it does the general MMO thing where it like takes you through the intro stuff, and I didn't even get through all of that. Like it just like gameplay wise, it didn't grip me enough. Story wise, I don't remember a single thing. Yeah, and it could have been because it was a beta.
The beta intro was not good at all.
Fair enough.
I'm just throwing that out there.
That could be.
So, there you go.
Also, I didn't have the investment. Did you pay for it, Post? Like, did you buy it?
I did after I played the beta.
Okay, because I was gonna say I didn't pay for it, so I was like, all right, well, this isn't gripping me. I'm just gonna leave. So,
well, I
might be a good point
hopes.
to try a free game if there's a free game available on there, and just see how everybody feels about it.
Well,
is that free play now?
That game. It might.
Is
be
it or is it
play.
dead?
But I'm sure it's mostly dead. I know that I saw articles a while back that it was kind of a failure. But I just wanted to throw out that Amazon Prime Gaming Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3D from 1998 is free to download through Amazon Prime Gaming for the month of May. I keep saying March.
I was about to say we missed that.
Yeah, listen, you guys drilled it in last week. I get it. Oh, speaking of things from like 1998, I don't know if this game released in 1998 or not. 1995, whatever. There is a Twisted Metal show.
Yes.
And Josh, did you see the little teaser trailer that they had?
I sure did.
There's a show coming out. I think it's gonna be on Peacock, right?
Yeah, so I have no expectations.
but I forget the name of the actor, but he's the guy that plays Falcon. Forgive me, I don't watch any of the superhero movies. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Twisted Metal.
Oh, are you talking about the Black Captain America in Marvel?
Yes. Is that Anthony Mackie?
Yeah, that's Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. Okay. So he was in the trailer, which whatever. I got no sense of anything Twisted Metal from that until for the guns. But
well, I mean, his car was shooting.
Yeah, what like kind of like Spectre,
At
right?
nothing, but you know,
Was he supposed to be like Spectre, or was it a?
I don't
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But what got my fucking juices flowing was the like perfect recreation of the fucking
The money
Sweet,
shot.
yeah, of Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck, and then this I don't know who played. Is it I'm just looking at the cast. Is it Mike Mitchell or is no? It's wait, what? Samoa Joe plays Sweet Tooth? That's Samoa Joe.
I had no fucking idea.
Me neither. So Reyes, did you ever play Twisted Metal?
Yes, I played it with you, asshole.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Back
well,
in the
there you
day.
go. So, Sweet Tooth is like one of my favorite characters, and like, well, he was always like a super OP character. Yeah, it's fucking Samoa Joe. Look it up. Twisted Metal cast.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I had no fucking idea that was Samoa Joe. That's gonna be so bad or good. I don't know yet.
I'm gonna end up getting Peacock just to watch at least the first season.
Holy fuck.
But
Jeez.
let's just say that they had the money shot.
Samoa Joe,
it
by
paid
the
off.
way, real quick, is a
Yes.
wrestler.
Oh
So,
yeah, I'm sorry. One that I'm not all too familiar with. I remember back in the day a little
I
bit.
love Samoa Joe.
But yeah, he's it looks, at least Sweet Tooth looks good, and I think
Sweet Tooth looked really good. The ice cream truck looked good.
yep.
The mask was good.
Oh, it's great.
The 4 frames we got of him looked really
Yes.
good.
And it's one of those things where I hope and I'm sure there won't be much Sweet Tooth because it'll just give you that much more impact when he's there. If they do it right.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean? Although
agree.
they're doing it in a show form, so like I was kind of thinking like it'd be cool. I'm sure we'll get everyone's backstory because if it's going to be the same as like the game, everyone's got their backstory. And
are we doing a tournament? Is there going to be a winner? Like that's what I'm.
Well,
I'm
it
wondering
has
about
to
all
be.
this.
I'm sure it's got to be. We don't know anything. Long story short.
Right.
But that trailer dropped. Go check it out.
It's a teaser. It's not quite a trailer.
Yeah, it's a teaser. It's like
it's only like a
long.
minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah. So, in sad news, Jerry Springer died, much to the surprise of Josh.
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yes,
this
he
pre-show.
did.
And
Can we talk about Jerry Springer real quick?
yeah.
So if you're under the age of 30, you might not even know who Jerry Springer is.
Yeah.
Like I'd hazard to guess. Jerry Springer was a mayor of Cincinnati. Yep, I was right. Holy shit, look at me. He was the mayor of Cincinnati, and he was a very short tenured mayor of Cincinnati because he got caught doing something naughty.
Oh wait, I don't know this story.
You don't know this story?
I don't think I
Reyes,
do.
do you know this story?
I did not know the reason why he was a short tenured mayor was because he got caught doing something naughty.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys guesses. Post, what's your guess of what he got caught doing that lost him the job of mayor of Cincinnati?
What year about was this?
77. No, 78. 78 is when he stopped. So, yeah.
I'm gonna say something with cocaine.
Okay, what's your guess?
Something
Reyes?
with women.
Reyes is correct.
Okay.
He got caught paying for sex from a prostitute. Would you like to guess how he got caught?
The cop. It was a cop. Prostitute was a cop.
He paid with a check.
What the fuck? What an idiot! Really?
It's one of my favorite stories ever.
So she goes into the bank, like, hey, like, excuse me, like,
Yeah.
the cash.
Yeah, normally she comes in with stacks of singles or 20s or whatever, and this time she comes in with nothing but a check, and she's like, "Here you go."
Says mayor.
So after stepping down as the mayor, he wound up in the public eye. He did some media stuff, and then he had his own show, the Jerry Springer Show, which was huge in the 90s. If
Yeah.
you were not
Yeah.
around in the 90s, you do not understand how big Jerry Springer was.
I think one of my
I
favorite
mean,
parts
it
about
was
his
so
show,
big.
just real quick, one of my favorite
Mhm.
parts about his show was that almost never he knew what was actually going to be happening. That's what he said.
On screen, yeah, he pretended
No, no,
to
no,
not know what was going to be
he
happening.
said there was a lot of times in an interview. He said there was a lot of times where like he knew the premise, but like not what was actually going to be happening. And so I kind of made the distinction of like, well, if that's true, like it wasn't really a reality TV for the people on the guests, but it was a reality TV for fucking Jerry to see how he reacts.
Well,
to all
it was
of
like pro wrestling. It was around
Yes,
that
it
same
was.
time.
It
when
very
pro
much
wrestling
was.
was huge. Like it was just like we're gonna create these ridiculous premises. We're gonna set these people wild on screen. Like they know like they're. So to be fair, he had a talk show like in the age of like Ricky Lake and
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Montel.
Oprah.
And
Montel is my
so
mom's
his whole
favorite.
thing was he would bring these people out, to just basically fight with each other on stage.
Mhm.
And I think it was the only show where the security guard wound up getting his own show, Steve Wilkos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're right, Post, where it would just be these absurd premises, like like I remember one where there was like black people versus the KKK. Like it was like
Yes.
I don't remember. I don't
Yes.
there was a couple of those. I feel like there was a couple of
remember. Oh
those.
my
There was
Um,
black people versus KKK adult babies.
Adult babies. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was
Adult
the
babies.
one where he cut the fat guy out of his trailer, like the morbidly obese guy.
Yeah.
That was a
It-
special.
and it was huge around the affairs though, cheating.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge around
Oh,
that.
Well, those would
If
always.
you wanted to talk about cheating and affairs, it was like Jerry Springer and Maury.
Mhm.
Sure.
Those were the top ones. But and when you think about the popularity, again, dating back, the show ran from 91 to 2018.
It's
So,
fucking insane.
and I'm like,
it
that
really
is
ran to 2018. Did it?
27 years, yeah.
91 to 2018. That's crazy. And the most popular time again was in the 90s though, late 90s, 98, where he had more viewers on the Jerry Springer show than Oprah did.
Yep.
Freaking Oprah, who
Oh
bought
my
everybody a car in
God.
the audience. He had more viewers.
Well, I don't know. Like back in my day, kids, we had to go and rent movies at the video store. Like there was no Netflix or streaming. And I remember there would be like rows of like Jerry Springer too hot for TV. Like
Yeah.
so
At Blockbuster.
You know.
yeah, he was
Almost, I kind of miss those days, man.
I was gonna say like this is one of those like moments where it's like it's a relic of a bygone era. Like now we're past like Jerry Springer's
Yeah.
gone. Like now it's
crazy. I was like when I saw that, I was like, we have to talk about it. I was like, it's Jerry Springer. How many of us as kids and growing up didn't see that show somewhere on a commercial on
for sure. We all
in the
did.
store or or even what was funny was like I even remember in the stores like they had like it was like little what was it, figurines.
yeah like
It was like
Hey, Dominic.
oh,
perfect timing. We get
perfect timing.
Yeah.
Dom, do you know who Jerry Springer is?
Well, give the man a chance to get set up over here.
Popping
now.
in. It's popping.
Yeah, I know who Jerry Springer was.
Yeah, you did.
Dumb.
I
Yeah.
did know him. I heard of him. I think
You
I've
heard
seen him
of
probably
him?
once.
So,
Really?
but there's also more to Jerry Springer. He hosted a show called Baggage, which was big for like a little tiny bit. That was like a dating show. I don't know if you guys know this.
I did not know
It
that.
recently it like resurged because commentary channels were talking about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Where like it was completely 100% scripted. Like there was a guy who I recognized from like a TV show as an actor. So like you just knew it was 100% scripted. But like it was just like it was a dating show where each of the contestants would have to reveal like something secret about them, and it was like baggage, and you had to pick like, all right, well, your baggage is worth it, like that kind of thing. And then, but what I remember hearing about him the latest was it was Judge Jerry, where he had like a Judge Judy-esque show where he was like solving disputes between people.
Yeah.
No.
That was the latest thing I heard about him.
Jeez.
That's kind of recent too, I think.
Yeah,
right?
very recent.
Really recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
sorry
all
to
right.
like change topic. I like your haircut post.
Oh, thank you. It's nice. I'm glad someone could say something nice to me for a change. Jesus.
We asked him to join the club, and he refused.
That's a wintertime thing for me, because I don't like having hat hair. So in the summer, it's cool. It's fine with me to have hair.
Oh, fair enough.
I think my hair looks rough right now. I've had this hood on for about like an hour or two.
Take it off. Let me see. Just the hood.
Okay.
Just the hood.
Yeah.
To clarify.
All right.
I was kind of waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that moment from like
Dude,
Gold Member where Beyonce shakes her head after it's wet and it goes foomp, back into the fro. That's what I was kind of waiting
look
for.
as bad as I thought it would.
Judge Jerry ran from 2019 to 2022.
Dude, that's insane.
Wow.
I just seen ads for it like the other day actually.
Oh, they're not going to make any new episodes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Jerry. It's weird though. I feel like for as big as he was back in the 90s and early 2000s, I feel like there wasn't that much of a big like, oh, rest in peace, Jerry. Like I saw it.
I
on a couple
literally
news
found
outlets.
out about it because it was on our fucking show notes.
It's
Yeah,
that's
I was
crazy.
I mean, it was a big deal for for people of our generation and for people a little bit older than our generation. It was
a lot older. than
His
that.
show was a big deal. And so to me, again, I agree with you. I'm surprised that there wasn't some more really news on this.
All right, I'm gonna say something that might be a little offensive, but do you think it was because people already knew he was kind of old, and that eventually he'd go out?
That old though. He was 79. I mean, nowadays that's not super old.
Dom, we can't really take your opinion into account because you think we're all fucking old. So that's what you know. You
if I die tomorrow,
we're on our deathbeds. So
if I die tomorrow, Dom's gonna be like, "Well, everybody knew he was old."
Yeah, they're gonna be like, even their hair died and rebelled. Like, come on now.
It's already been 2 stamps.
Oh.
But we got a guy running for re-election who's older than Jerry Springer. I mean, come on, he's not that old.
Yep. He
Wait,
can't
that was
remember
serious
he's
though?
running,
He really
but
did?
he's gonna do it.
He really did announce he was rerunning.
Yeah,
I keep seeing it. Yeah, I keep seeing it.
Oh my god! All right,
That's
whatever.
why the RNC came out with that ad.
Gotcha.
That AI ad.
Bucket Bites is a not political show, so I'm not gonna get into that.
I never even heard of politics.
What are those?
I'm just talking in terms of modern events and Jerry Springer.
Mm-hmm. And medical issues.
Hey Dom, when was the? Do you remember going to the video store with your dad back in the day and renting some movies and some video games?
Are you talking about like Blockbuster?
Yeah, like Blockbuster.
Yeah, like Blockbuster.
I know we rented a game from GameStop before, and Blockbuster we only got like movies from. Well, not rent, like get a demo from GameStop.
You could
Wait,
rent
you
from
what?
GameStop?
No, you couldn't rent from GameStop.
Maybe, I think a lot of times there was GameStops like attached to next to, or if there's like a Hollywood Video, they had Game Crazy next.
Game
door.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see all the confusion on all of our faces when you said you rented from GameStop?
I mean, we got demos there. It was really like weird little.
Yeah, well, I got demos from
plastic
Pizza Hut.
things to get it
so.
from.
Yeah, I got demos from Pizza Hut, dude. Oh,
okay.
Those Pizza Hut demo discs were gold.
They were great.
Okay,
They were
I'm
fantastic.
gonna do something right now. I don't want any shit from you, Post, or you, Josh. All right, no shit.
Why? Because you're eating chicken?
You know damn right. You know,
Can't you
damn
wait
right
to-
what was just served to me.
Can't you just fucking wait to eat till the show's over? Like,
I'd
this
like
guy
to
just
point
sits
out-
there and like,
Yeah, I was offered food, but it was like it was gonna be here at like 8:20, and I was like, yeah, but the pre-show's at 8:30, so I'm not gonna eat. I'll wait until after.
This was brought out to me, okay?
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
I
why
knew-
is your
and I
wife
just
feeding
wanted
you
to
dinner
say,
at 11 at night? Like,
I mean,
I don't
some
fucking
things
know.
happen.
hey, I guess.
I'm
whatever.
gonna be honest. I asked for food at like 6 p.m. So it's like 5 hours.
Well, I mean, hey, at least she remembered.
She did remember, and I love her very much for it. You know, but when she brought me 2 pieces of chicken, I immediately looked at some of my co-hosts on here.
It could have been worse, dude. You could have had all of the tropes. You could have had the. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not getting canceled today. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Get the bucket.
Oh, I still don't have batteries in them. I should have been prepared. Are you
Oh,
kidding
shit.
me? Again? Mr. Bucket, we gotta figure this out. All right,
Two shows in a row. He's abusing
Dom's,
him.
I gotta hold it on. Dom's here though. So-
Oh, all right, here I got. Oh, you gotta.
Mr. Bucket, wink.
Can I get it?
Wink
Oh,
if
sorry.
you're-
Go ahead.
Mr. Bucket, don't wink if you're being abused and assaulted.
All right, I grabbed it. We're good. I got it. Bite out of the bucket. We should be like pulling a bite out for every thing, but
You're not wrong. Yeah.
No,
we'll
just
get
about-
better at this.
Eventually.
yeah, we're learning. We're all learning here together.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
One day
look,
this show will be professional.
to be honest, I think we keep throwing the same bite in the bucket because it's sound bites again. Everybody's favorite. We have a theme today. He just
Oh
ripped it
my
off the script.
goodness.
There's gonna be a montage at the end of the year of just Mr. Bucket being just devoured or
Abuse.
demolished, dude. Yeah, just
His arm
abused.
falling off.
We're gonna have fucking, I don't know. We're gonna get canceled because we keep destroying Mr. Bucket. All right, so we're playing sound bites, everybody. We've got so with these episodes where I've only got one game planned, it's gonna be worth 2 points for each one to make it fair. I retroactively gave those points last week as well because we only played one game. So today there's 10 sound bites to choose from, and there's a theme.
Oh.
We know the theme.
The theme, for no reason, I don't know why, but we're doing Adam Sandler movies.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
There is a wrinkle though, because there's only so many movies. There are a couple that are not Adam Sandler movies.
Are they all movies?
They are
Then
all
you've
movies.
broken the theme.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
There's only two. There's only
Adam
two.
Sandler and some.
Yes, Adam Sandler plus that's something else. No, I just because there's only so many movies. If you get to the end of the game, you're like, oh well, there's only like one movie left. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to split it up a little bit.
All right, fair enough.
All right,
I'm
so
bad
quick
with titles.
it's all right. Dom, I have a feeling you're gonna struggle, but sound check real quick. Sound check.
I hear it.
Okay, that's the quiet one, anyways. I really hope none of these are too loud. All right, first bite. Like I said, it's the first. Let me get my little spreadsheet up. Sorry, Samoa Joe, you're going away.
Bye, Smojo.
Smojo. I like it.
By the way, Smojo, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at sacrifice.
Wait, what?
Somebody
Did I
gets
not
that joke.
I didn't. I got no joke.
Somebody out there will get that joke. If you email
confused.
show@bucketbytes.gg and tell me what that's from, I will send you a free game on Steam. I'm not going to tell you what game it is, but I will send you a free game on Steam.
Which Josh brings up a fun point. Those are now active emails. show@bucketbytes.com for any general inquiries. And,
.gg, not
I'm sorry.
.com, right?
It's .gg. Yes, correct. Show at
Edit that out,
bucketbytes.gg.
because now they're going to get confused.
I will. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. It's fine.
And then for business inquiries, you can always do sales@bucketbytes.gg. But just whatever. All right. First sound, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you want to
here-
give me money, it's just info@suggestivegames.com. No, suggestive-gaming.com. Edit that out too, post.
Gaming.
I'm sorry.
You want to give me money?
I'm derailing the show. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I love it. All right, first sound, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We'll wait till Josh's mouth is empty of liquid.
All
right.
It's never going to happen.
All right, here we go.
Listen to me. Stay with me, now repeat after me. Goose Fraba.
Anger management.
Not.
Oh, it is.
Good. Yep.
Oh, it is.
Goose Fraba.
Goose Fraba. All right. All right, 2 points to Josh.
Dang it.
Second movie.
I'm young again. Well,
Little
you're
Nicky.
not young. I'm
No.
young. You're kind of on the back nine. No. I'm just teeing off, baby.
This one's there's two of them on here that are kind of hard, and this is one of them. I'll play it again. Just listen for context clues.
I'm young again. Well, I mean, you're not young. I'm young. You're kind of on the back nine. No. I'm just teeing off, baby.
It's a hard one. Would you guys like me to play it once more? Josh is deep in thought.
No. Well, because I'm gonna guess Happy Gilmore because there's a bunch of like golf references in there, but
No.
It is not Happy Gilmore, and this is the reason I picked this clip. All right, one more time.
I'm young again. Well, I mean, you're not young. I'm young. You're kind of on the back nine. No. I'm just teeing off, baby.
I don't know.
All right, Dom. No
I
clue.
wouldn't
Are you
know.
not good with
No.
that? I'm saying okay. This is from the movie Click. After he comes back from being an old man.
gotcha.
So
I think
Okay.
I've seen Click.
I was thinking that because of the I'm young again thing, but
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
was-
remember
yeah.
that.
So I left the parts in there with the whole back nine thing, trying to throw you guys.
Yeah.
Off, so that
Yeah.
Throw us- well, it worked.
awesome. All right, here we go. Next one.
Captain Nintendo, I noticed sometimes
Water
when
boy.
you are wrestling
Yep.
or
Oh, I
opening
could've
up
guessed
a
that. I knew that
can
one.
basket,
I knew
as
that
you like
one.
to say, you seem to be sweating quite profusely.
Yeah.
I was wondering if perhaps you might need this
He's talking to the
services
big
of
show.
an experienced water boy.
There it is. And he's talking to Big Show.
11, 12.
Paul White.
Or,
Oh, I
yeah,
hear it.
31
I
years
hear it.
old.
he's,
I remember
talking. He's
that
talking to
part
Big
of the
Show. There.
I'm 38 years old.
Yeah, it's great.
Then-
That's one of my
Start
favorite
laughing.
movies of all time.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, I gotta give it to Riz.
Taparoo.
Taparoo. All right.
It's all in the hipsy. It's all in the Get off of me.
Yes, dude. All right, here we go. Next one coming up.
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude.
Little Nicky.
Dude disguised as a
Nope.
dude.
Curveball.
Tropic Thunder. But
Yeah.
all right.
is
I wasn't
Tropic
sure if I got
Thunder.
a second. Wasn't sure if
You
I
did.
got a second guess.
You do. It's that's cool. I gave you 3 points too because it's the curveball.
Yep.
I thought it was
Tropic
what's
Thunder.
his name? I thought it was the guy from Little Nicky.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
the guy who
if-
plays the devil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
no.
His brother.
Oh,
But it was actually just
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
It's just Robert Downey Jr. being the
Jr.,
black
yeah.
man. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, Dom. Come on,
Oh.
man. All right, here we go.
You were gone 10 seconds. What happened?
Little Nicky.
Yeah. I was,
That was a
I was waiting for his voice too. I was like, Little
That's a
Nicky,
train,
that's it.
son. Don't stand in front of them. Well, I'll have to take a mulligan on this one.
A lot of golf references in fucking Adam
This
Sandler movies.
fucking
huh?
Adam Sandler guy loves golf apparently.
I know.
And talking out the
Basketball
side of
and
his
golf.
mouth. Anyways, basketball and golf. Yeah, he's a. You know what's funny? He doesn't actually have a lot of basketball references in his movies.
He just plays basketball and
Yeah, he just loves basketball. I
Yeah,
find that
that's
really
true, yeah.
interesting, actually. Now that you say that.
They go to
He's
basketball
pretty- he's pretty
games a
good,
lot too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this one might be a little too obscure, but we'll see.
I say Marco, you say Polo. Marco, weirdo. Marco.
Oh no! I know a movie that I don't know the title. I'm horrible. with titles.
I put this one on here for you, Dom. I'm like, if you're gonna know any of them, it's this one.
Oh, I know.
Jack and Jill.
Crazy Night.
Always fine.
I say Marco, you say Polo. Marco, weirdo. Marco. Asshole.
In the scene,
if
he's
they're
riding
doing-
on a bicycle at night.
I'm just gonna guess a random one. I don't think it is this one, but I'm gonna say it's Grown Ups.
Is it Halloween Hubie or whatever the fuck that movie
It's
was?
Hubie
Oh, it's
Halloween.
Hubie Halloween.
Why would
It's
Dom know
Hubie
that?
Halloween.
I watched that movie.
Why does-
I watched that movie?
But you don't have Netflix. How did you watch it?
I watched it with my sister. She has Netflix.
Sure.
Wait, how do you don't have Netflix? I don't remember this conversation.
How does he chill?
Oh, by eating
That's
ice
his favorite
cream.
bit.
Oh.
No, I know, I get it. All right, the next
Don't-
one.
Oh,
Shots
he wasn't doing
fired.
His dumb voice. If he was doing his dumb voice more, I would have been able to know it's Hubie
Did
Halloween.
nobody
Josh.
get points for that? Even though I had
No,
Halloween.
I gave it to you. I gave you 2 points.
Fuck yeah, don't
hey,
deserve it.
Josh, do you understand? Remember that little thing I said before the show? About something. Never mind. Don't worry about it. All right, next
Happy
one.
Gilmore.
Wait, what? What?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Gilmore.
sorry. Billy Madison. Billy Madison.
You just guessing it beforehand now?
No. It's because I know exactly
Okay,
what you're
yes,
talking about.
okay,
It's
all
Billy
right,
Madison.
All right. So I'm just saying that's All right, here we go. Next clip.
Sorry, I fucked up, but yeah.
Next clip.
That's Hawaiian Punch.
Billy Madison.
Theodore. Hawaiian Punch.
Wow.
No, Mr. Deeds.
Daddy.
Snuck up on me.
No.
man.
Why were you
Oh,
talking? Yeah, why were you talking about?
Speaking
Why did you mention what we
Deeds.
talked about before the show?
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, that's what he
I am
said.
assisting you.
I
with
said
your
it.
suction.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah,
That's
Josh
the
said
movie where
Mr.
he has,
Deeds
like-
already.
Well, I said it once I actually heard the
yeah.
clip.
Stand up.
Besides, you
Hold on,
don't
I just wanna
have
get to my
touch
favorite
my
part.
Right foot. I got wicked bad frostbite when I was in the Scouts. Check it out.
He pulls out his black foot from
Yeah.
frostbite.
Pretty messed up, huh?
The hideousness of that foot will haunt my dreams forever.
I love that line so much.
What? So wait, I'm confused. How did that correspond to what we were talking about before the show?
Something about speech impediments.
Oh, I
If you
thought you were
remember.
gonna do the Today Junior
No, I
line from
purpose- no,
Billy
I-
Madison.
No. I was gonna, but I didn't.
Oh, see that's what I okay.
Yeah,
Because
no,
we were talking
okay,
about
yeah.
stuttering.
Sorry.
All right.
Yes. All right. Next one. We have 2 more.
Hey, little anal-dwelling butt monkey. Time for you to go home, little buddy.
No.
So I just want to let you know that this is clearly the curveball, the second curveball.
Got it.
Hey, little anal-dwelling butt monkey. Time for you to go home, little buddy.
Oh, the Josh Picard story.
Who's the butt monkey?
I'll let you decide.
All right, last playthrough.
Hey,
Play it
little
again.
anal-dwelling butt monkey. Time for you to go home, little buddy.
Is that Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Bruce
Oh, is it
Almighty.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Very nice.
Good job, Reyes. For that one, I was,
Because the guy was running away, climbed on the fence, and the monkey
yes, yeah.
went up his ass.
Montones is mad because nobody's like, does anyone?
Well, stop giving us the answer, Mod Tones. We're not gonna look at the chat if you're. We can't cheat.
That's okay. We got to put the
Anyone
stream
check
delay on.
chat? Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, but we
We'll
can't
put-
look at the chat.
I just looked at it and I was like, does anybody check chat? Oh,
Freaking
We can't cheat.
Montones.
You could have been here
I was
winning
gonna say,
this
you could have
game.
been playing, bro. Right?
yeah, you could have been.
Wow.
You could have been. I'm
All
kicking
right.
all your.
Wow.
That's what he says.
All right, last
I don't know.
one.
You got Happy Gilmore wrong before.
He did. All right, last one.
What you just said is one of the most
Billy
insanely
Madison.
idiotic
That's
things I've
Billy
ever
Madison.
heard.
Yeah.
At no point were you even close to anything
that could be considered a rational
I
thought.
love it.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having
Dumber.
listened to it.
God.
Oh, you didn't include the best part where he's like, a simple no would have been okay.
Yeah, I know.
And then I love if you would have finished it, and he was like, and God have mercy on your soul.
Yes. Yeah. Dude,
Simple wrong would have been okay,
yeah,
but
right, exactly, dude. Most of those movies, there's something about Adam Sandler's like older, like I don't know, like mid to late 90s up until like early 20 up to
Iconic.
2010 maybe. They're just like I love them.
You didn't love Jack and Jill?
I did not. I've never actually seen that movie.
I was waiting for the Jack and Jill clip.
I was waiting for like Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah, that's an actual movie.
I've never seen either of those two.
I
didn't
was
wanna put
literally
something out
waiting
there
for the Zohan.
No, do you know what's
Oh my
funny?
God.
I purposely didn't
was
pick
waiting
that
for
because
it.
I hated that fucking movie. I thought it was so bad. So congratulations,
Josh.
Josh is kind of,
I don't know. I think we gotta lay ground rules where if you guess once, you can't just keep guessing, because that's how I won like 3 of
That's
those.
true.
I
That's
just,
true.
I
And
just
in the
threw out
past, too.
multiple movies. Yeah.
Dom,
I think
score, by the way, your score, Dom.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things
I'm just kidding. You've said nothing, so that's
so
not
mean.
fair.
I got like part of Hubie Halloween, but that's only because Josh said the beginning part.
I said like Halloween Huey. I was close, but
I figured
wasn't
it was
right.
close enough. All right.
You know one I was hoping for, but I didn't think
that?
would be on here?
What?
The Longest Yard. I really like that movie.
That movie is good.
With Adam Sandler's in it. I was hoping for it.
If I would have done 12 like I was originally going to do, that it was going to be on there. My problem was
Okay.
I couldn't think of any really good quotable scenes from that movie just off the top of my head, so I didn't know what to look for.
That's
Dude,
fair.
you know what
You know what I
sucks?
mean?
Like I've seen a lot of these movies, I just wouldn't remember the title.
That's okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting you to be here, so
That's true.
Can I point out no Wedding Singer? No,
No,
Big
I was about to
Daddy?
say the Wedding Singer.
No.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
Oh,
Big
Big
Da- I know Big
Daddy. Big Daddy. Oh, I should have did Big Daddy then. Okay.
I was
I
wondering.
wet my own ass. I
Um,
was waiting
I
for that
was-
one the whole time.
The clip I was thinking of from Big Daddy was it was either the
I was waiting
where
for Scuba
Adam's
Steve.
Scuba Steve.
No, I wasn't gonna do Scuba Steve. I was gonna do just where he yells, "All right, already!"
Yeah,
when the
that's a good
kid's
one.
like pissing him off, or it
Yeah.
was gonna be
Oh,
the
I
one where
remember.
he says
Okay.
it's okay to piss his pants.
Right.
Those were the
That
two I
was
was gonna
funny,
do.
too.
Don't get short with me, Frodo. That's what. Oh, was that from? Anyways, no, good job, guys. That was fun. We're only playing one game today. That's Sound Bites. I wanted to transition just real quick. We kind of mentioned it in the past that Bucket Bytes has partnered up with Dark Fusion Systems. And I'm really excited to announce today that when you inquire about getting a system built through Dark Fusion Systems, if you mention Bucket Bytes at any point during that entire process, you're going to get $50 off of your build fee. So you're going to get $50 off of a system just for mentioning Bucket Bytes. So that's a pretty good deal, if I do say so myself. So darkfusionsystems.com. Just go check them out. We had Henry on the show a couple weeks ago. Really great group of guys. They're really passionate about what they do. And
if you want a PC built specifically for you and your needs in a small form factor that you're going to be able to fit wherever, and it's not going to encumber any environment that you have, and it's going to work for exactly what you're looking for. We talked about it before. If you're looking into getting into PC gaming and you don't know where to start, Dark Fusion is a great place to start. We love those guys. We love what they do. I personally am a proud Dark Fusion build owner, and I had a great experience. I talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Check them out. Like Post said, tell them Bucket Bytes sent you. Get $50 off. We are very happy to be partnered up with them, and
absolutely
happy to bring you to them and for us to give you a little bit of a deal.
Yeah, I mean,
They're very nice too, so don't
Great
be like,
guys.
scared to email them.
I'm actually really looking forward to towards the end of the summer. I'm going to be replacing my upstairs system so that we can all, so both me, my wife, and my daughter and my son, we can all play Overwatch together. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to be replacing. I'm going to be giving my upstairs system to my daughter. I'm going to be replacing it with a nice little mobile system that I can take with me for remote podcast opportunities. And who knows what else the horizon has.
Yeah, keep listening, folks. We got a lot of great things coming down the pike.
Yeah, these next 2 or 3
with,
months.
Dark Fusions.
Yeah, oh yeah. With yes, absolutely. Just keep those eyes and ears peeled. So, from one to another, I want to talk about the game of the month. Dom, if you guys didn't catch it, which it was kind of a quiet stream for you, Dom. I looked back at the stats.
Fun.
But you had fun. He played Backbone, which is our game of the month. We're going to be giving away a copy of that at the end of the month, or a Bucket Bite shirt, or who knows, maybe I'll offer something else at that time. But Dom, how did your playthrough go? I know you played it in the past. How far did you get into the game when you played it the other day?
I only played it's called prologue. I only played the prologue, so it only gets you to a certain part of it.
Yeah, you're
So
not
the
even
first
20%
chapter,
into
basically.
the game. Yeah, I think there's 5 or 6 chapters in that game, right?
Probably. I don't remember exactly how many, but the first chapter was enough to hook me into that universe again. I really like that game. And at first I thought it was going to be annoying trying to read everything, but I went back and everything kind of just clicked at once.
Yeah.
The music really helps with the background, the little rain in the background too that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it really gives you that detective vibe, and I really like that.
Yeah, so
you get to make funny voices too while you read
when
the
you
character's
stream it.
voice lines. Yeah.
You do get to imagine that it's very much there's some light reading in that. I feel bad because I feel like we didn't give Backbone the justice it deserved. I know I've been absolutely slammed. So I've only been able to play a little bit. I only got back to chapter it's the part, there's a part where you go back to the kitchen. I think Dom knows what I'm talking about. That's where I got back to personally. Is that only the first chapter?
Yeah, that's only the first chapter.
No, well, okay. So
if you're in the back of the kitchen, you have to press the little thing.
Yes,
that's the first chapter.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm only in the first chapter. So like I said, I feel bad. I haven't been able to give this game the time it deserves. But I'm assuming Reyes and Josh, you guys have not had a chance to yet. Josh, I know you're slammed, and I know Reyes, you hate us. So
I mentioned I mentioned when we first talked about it that I played the prologue. I helped kickstart that game. It's one of those things where it's I really fucking want to play it, and I'm gonna try to tomorrow.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
So I can talk about it.
Something I think I'm going to start doing for the future of this game of the month in order to encourage other people to either play the game or something is, for people, if you go to our link tree, which is linktr.ee, you can, number one, find a link to the game. Number two, you can find all of our socials there. But there's also suggestion boxes and other things. I would love it if people were to submit what they thought of the game or what their thoughts are up to this point. And maybe what I could do is those submissions either at the end of the month or next month, or maybe who knows, maybe you guys, there's a little prize for you. Maybe we could do something like that just to kind of encourage the community to kind of play along with us. Cause that's what I want, is for everyone to just join in, play with us. And also, for future game of the months, please, you can also use those contact forms to give us your suggestions. If we pick your game, I tell you what, if we pick your game to play, and we'll go in order from who suggested it first. Maybe we'll just, maybe you'll get a copy of the game too if you don't already own it, or maybe you'll get some kind of prize. I really want to get you guys, the listeners, out and in on this and kind of being part of the group with us. So I really hope you guys want to join the fun. Feel free to give us those suggestions of games for the month and so on. And also, we're doing a giveaway obviously right now. I wanted to go ahead and give away the last code. There's 3 codes every month to give you 50 entries into the giveaway. And if I'm being honest, right now there's a pretty good chance for you to win this month. So feel free to just drop on in, get yourself a shirt or the game or next month's game, who knows. But that third code is Loader. Lator? Is it Lator or Loader? I guess they never really say it.
Lator. I think
Lator?
I like Lator more.
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it too. And that's spelled Lotor. So the third code of the month is Lotor. You get 50 entries just by using that code, when everything else is like 1 or 2 or 3. So, any other thoughts that you guys want to input? We're gonna be announcing the giveaway winner next week. So,
would you guys like to hear what I was doing today?
Yes, I'd love to.
Reason why I was late to the show today was...
All right, well, that's all the time we have today for Bucket Bites.
Get
Thank
outta
you
here.
guys for... No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Come on, young blood. Tell us.
So I went bowling. I got invited to go bowling kind of like last second-ish, but I was like, fuck it, I'll go. Maybe I'll be back in time. I had a blast, and I didn't come back in time.
That's
But
okay.
my girlfriend and her family invited me out, and we went to this bowling alley probably around like 30 minutes away or so.
Do they serve
And
ice cream?
They serve milkshakes.
Yo.
And it brought all the boys to the yard. Okay, I got it. So
there you go.
So what you're saying is, you prioritized your relationship with your girlfriend.
Now, how did you meet your girlfriend, Yoko? Did you meet her at an art exhibit in New York, or...
like visible confusion.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Don't worry about it. It's just a 50-year-old reference. Go ahead, Dom.
So yeah, I ended up winning one round and my girlfriend won the other. And afterwards, right, we went, there's a little arcade in there, and afterwards there was a little Mario Kart machine, which I played twice because I love Mario Kart. And I'm the king of Mario Kart, so I won twice, of course, and I beat my girlfriend once. She didn't play the first time because I
Now,
chivalry is dead in your eyes.
Hold on, guys. Do me a favor, mark that time code down and isolate where Dom said I beat my girlfriend once.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny. hey, no joke.
Is dead.
No joke. You should watch. You should see my timelines where I like I mark them in red, just like really bad isolated audios. Yeah. I do that all the time. And one day I'm gonna go back through and just release them all.
So,
we'll all get canceled.
If you want to see my reaction to winning, you can look at the chat in this conversation. You can see the picture of me.
In this conversation.
My girlfriend would be to the right.
Oh no, spoilers. Okay. All right.
Champion.
You're the champion. I can't believe that you've done this.
I like how loser is. You just had to point out. Poor girl.
Oh, it did. I didn't even notice that. That's great.
Yeah.
Your love was strong enough to ditch us, but not strong enough to let her win a game of Mario. I see how it is.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How long have you guys been dating? I know I've asked this before, but
it's been a year and a couple months now.
All right, you're past letter win territory, so that's fine.
Like Mario Kart.
What is that timeline,
the Switch,
Josh?
Right?
What is that timeline?
6 months.
Timeline
6 months.
of letter win?
6 months. Yes.
6 months.
Yes.
6 months.
Yep. Post agree, dude. We were both on that. That is amazing.
High five.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So even before we were dating, we were playing Mario Kart together, and my record online on the Switch is like 112 to like 10.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Humble brag. Whatever. All right.
Right.
Keep flexing,
Sure.
bro.
I don't know. I'm really competitive for Mario Kart. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. I see. This whole bit was for him to just flex his Mario Kart skills.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
just
100%.
Mario Kart. It was hella cool. It was like a racing rig thing. Like you had the wheel and the gas pedal and the brake. It was so fun.
You can play that at home, by the way. It's awesome.
Yeah, you don't got to pay money. You just,
I just got to say now, since you flexed on everyone,
no,
now,
don't just shut your mouth. Nobody wants to
boy,
hear what you have to say.
Josh and now we're gonna have to stomp you in it. Okay, and we're gonna have to post a video on Bucket Bites.
I'm sorry, I'm horrible at Mario Kart. I am potentially the worst Mario Kart player of all time. So I'm gonna step back. I'll let you guys handle it.
But yeah, that would be really fun to play Mario Kart with everyone here.
Okay.
But in his head, he's like, "I'm gonna show you old farts." What?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get 7th place.
It'll
make me
so
happy.
We'll
I'm
play like
so
50
bad.
cc. We'll play at 50 cc.
I'm so bad at Mario Kart.
What the fuck is that? Like a difficulty level? I've only
50
played
cc.
It's like the speed. It's the speed.
Oh,
It's so slow. It would be like, get out of my way.
Wow.
It's
Hey,
really
when I got
slow.
my haircut, someone told me they liked my highlights that I had, my natural highlights.
Wow.
Just wanted to. I'm getting old. Anyways,
Balding flex.
derailed.
Yeah. The last time somebody mentioned my hair, they asked why I shaved the stupid M into my forehead.
Wait, what?
Because of my receding hairline.
Bro, you're like the Harry Potter, but like for Mario. You're the chosen one. Let me see the M.
Oh, because the M.
Mario.
Yeah, I'm bald.
Yeah.
No, you're the
No,
chosen one.
Well, I'm bald now, so I don't have the M, but you know what I'm talking about. There was
The
there's like
hairline was the M.
Yeah, the hairline is an
okay.
M.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Right.
That's why you can't win anymore.
No, I guess not.
That's okay.
It's
Hey-
all right. It's all right, Dom. You can flex, your Mario Kart, and we'll just flex our 401ks. Okay.
I won't.
I'll flex that I have Netflix. All right. I paid for Netflix.
I will say that my sister did give me her Netflix, so I do have access to Netflix now.
That is illegal
So you're
now, according to
stealing
Netflix.
I mean, I don't have access to Netflix.
Yeah, you better keep that shit on a DL.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're gonna find you now.
Well, I
Cease and desist letter.
First off, I'm gonna congratulate you on your potential chillage. Now that you have Netflix.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you got the lighting down pat in there, so.
Hey,
Pretty much. Get some Marvin Gaye.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say get some Marvin Gaye playing, and you'd be good. There you go.
Oh yeah.
This guy.
Yo, is she in chat? Is she lurking in chat right now too?
Don't do that, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it go. Hey, what?
Get some
Look at all
Pony
the
Genuine
colors.
music up in
No,
there.
you gotta go purple. You gotta go purple. Purple.
Oh, he has the mood lighting on lock.
There you go.
Whoa!
Yo,
She's in the chat.
Are the police outside? By the way, to all of you listening in audio, sorry.
Yes. Why don't you catch us live, losers?
Yeah, seriously, watch
live.
Yeah,
watch
or watch
the
it live
show.
on YouTube. Yeah. Oh man, this is fun. This is a time. I like your lights. I should do that.
Thank you.
No, you got to get hues, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think everyone's seen my little lights over there too, right?
Josh, show him your shirt.
Oh, my shirt! I wore this shirt specifically for you, Dom.
Oh shit, that's cool as fuck.
It's Iron Mando.
Oh, that's sick, actually.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's what I said.
Trooper by Iron Maiden.
I got
but
this
it's
new hoodie. Should I go grab it?
Yes, grab the
Hold
hoodie.
on. Oh.
But for the love of God, grab the hoodie.
Where's your Bucket Bite shirt? What the fuck? Where's all of your
Post-
Bucket Bite shirts?
Post, can I be completely honest
forgive
with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't seen my Bucket Bite shirt since you gave it to me. I have no fucking idea what happened to it. It just disappeared in my house.
Mine's
I've been
dirty.
looking for it.
The house ate it.
I think so. All right. What do we got here?
Do we see it?
Yeah. All right. To those listening in audio, we got the more. This is more than I signed up for, and it's the Mandalorian, and he's got the little Grogu, and
I thought it was a
says
guitar.
Star Wars.
I thought it was a guitar at first. I saw the strap and then the
I
twig
thought
in
it
the
was a
back.
guitar too. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, in the chat, I'm wearing my Bucket Bite shirt.
Oh, that's yep.
Get your Bucket Bites merch.
That's your what, Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
My
that?
girl.
Okay. So she represents more than you do. Got it.
And
it's dirt. Hold on.
She represents
dirt.
more than 3/4 of the show.
Do you hear that? He said he just rubbed it in the dirt.
It's kind of dirty. I was outside with it a lot.
Hey, so I'm gonna be changing.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
I feel like. Hey, can I ask you, Dom, on the T-shirt? Do you feel like that the logo is just a little bit too big? Should I make it just a tiny bit smaller?
No.
I
Keep
feel
it
like
big.
it's a little.
It's
Maybe
a
you could have
little
pushed
big.
it up more.
I was gonna say it's a little low.
I can't
It's a
push it
little
up
low.
more. I can't push
Oh,
it
you
up more.
can't?
No.
Oh, that sounds like your problem, buddy. We gotta figure this out.
I just know that I got this yesterday, and I'm fitting in an XL, by the way, but like I can feel my belly fat like being like held in by the print on here.
First time
So
I've seen an
anyways.
XL look like a medium.
So mean.
Oh, my bad. Did that come out my voice?
I'll see
I meant to
you
say that in my
at
head.
Bucket Fights PPV.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I thought that was it.
No.
Thought we were gonna end another one with another
Part 2.
No, because I don't have a sound effect cue up this time.
Unproblematic one.
Fair enough.
Last topic for the night. What the fuck are knockout gummies?
Yeah, somebody help me out with this.
Oh, I don't know.
So knockout gummies are really, really interesting. So you know what melatonin is, right? All those melatonin gummies you've been seeing in the store, in the store, not a score.
Score.
But
normally I'm not scoring. I'm sleeping.
Well, the American Medical Association, they ran a study, and they found out that 22 of the 25 products of those jellies that have melatonin in them to help you sleep had inaccurate amounts of melatonin in them. Like they're talking about some of them 347% more than
That's
what's
why they work
stated
so
in
good.
them.
Oh, more. I thought it was gonna be less.
wait,
Like
that's
they're just placebo
more.
in you. Okay.
Yeah, so so basically it can be real bad. it can get real
I'd
bad.
imagine.
So
Jesus.
you're basically having that and you're getting knocked out hardcore. Like because for an adult usually it's like if you have extra melatonin, it's like you're having too many they said like vodka Red Bulls the night before. You're out of it.
Yeah, but what's too many? 6, 7, 26? I mean, who's to say?
Over the recommended dosage might be, so possibly. But
Hold on.
but for kids, this is the problem because it's causing a lot of health problems. Like they said there was like over 260,000 incidents reported and over 4,000 kids hospitalized because of this. Between 2012 and 2021.
Oh shit. So wait. You're saying okay. So I was under the implication that the gummies would be for adults trying to sleep, but you're saying that like these are for giving your kids.
Well, a lot of parents give them to their kids anyway because like, oh, melatonin, it's healthier for you.
It's natural, sure.
It's natural, right? And so a lot of them. I know one person I met, and she's like, oh yeah, I give my kid melatonin at night, knocks them right out, love it, and they just love to take it because it's like candy to them.
Sure.
And but the problem is because of the inaccurate dosage of it.
Yeah.
It's gone to the freaking poison control.
Well, and that's
poison control.
That's a really good point because that's something you don't consider. Like the entire time I was thinking like, oh, melatonin, like there's too much, whatever. But like when you're just like, no, like this is just over the counter shit like people give to their kids, and I'm like, I didn't even consider that as somebody without children. Like I don't even think of that aspect of things. So that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but for us, it'll just make us feel loopy.
Right. And it's like whatever. But yeah, that's a good point when you introduce it to children.
Kids, it's like, oh, that's when it gets real bad.
Yeah.
So and there's no current regulations, for like right now. They're stating that the FDA and the industry agrees that that dietary supplement, because that's what it is. It's a dietary supplement. It falls under that. Needs to complete regulatory overhaul, because there's no regulations that require supplement makers to conduct clinical trials or have FDA approval before putting that on the shelf. Because it's under the dietary restrictions. So
Right.
you don't have to go through that. I didn't know that. That's something new. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. So they can be like, hey, I think this works, and then put it into the populace.
Yeah. There's
Dude,
so
who's-
much of that though. Go ahead, Dom.
Whoever like the guy who made the mistake or whoever made the mistake is probably under serious fucking fire right now.
Well, there's probably way more than one guy.
Probably,
like,
yeah.
because it's one of those things where, and this is a completely like different realm, but like you see that stuff like, and I don't know what it is these days, but like the synthetic marijuana that was big, like when we were kids, like K2 and Spice and stuff like that, where it was just like, hey, this shit is just unregulated, so let's throw it out there and you can buy it. You know what I mean? Where like it's, I always get reminded of that kind of thing where it's just like nobody's looking at it, so it can exist. And that's what this reminds me of, where it's just like melatonin, like you said, like it's natural, like it's just it's melatonin. We produce it naturally, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you start giving it to your children in higher doses than even you realize, it becomes a real issue. And
yeah, no wonder it was knocking them out.
Yeah, and you don't realize it until it becomes a problem, and that's the problem.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, and if it's over it's over the percentage by 10, 20, or 30, even that's acceptable. By like 350%.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like, oh wow.
Like, and that's fine for certain things. Like, let's say creatine. Let's say where like if you have too much creatine in your system,
Or B12.
all right, whatever.
B12.
That's
That's something people take 3,000% in a day.
Like, you're just gonna piss it out, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, any kind of neurological or psychoactive thing, like, ooh, all right.
Hey, just because we're on the topic of supplements, have any of you guys taken something like what's it called that Joe Rogan does?
Alpha Brain?
Yeah,
Alpha Brain.
Yes. Have you guys have any of you guys tried that before?
No.
No?
No. I was
Okay.
gonna maybe one day try creatine.
Creatine's great.
Been hitting the
To
gym
be-
recently.
Yeah, to be fair, creatine's amazing.
Okay.
Okay. I was
yeah.
mostly concerned with like the what's it called, side effects. But
There's
I don't know.
Swole?
There's no side effects. There's no side
Oh.
effects. No, there's no side effects with creatine. Creatine is in red meat. It's just
Oh, okay.
whatever you don't use, you'll just piss out. That's what I was referring to before, where it's like if you take too much creatine, nothing's gonna happen. Your body's just not gonna use it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Oh,
protein. It's
alright.
like protein. Like if you
Yeah,
take
yeah,
too
I
much
would imagine it's like
protein,
protein.
your body's just gonna piss it out. You're just gonna waste it. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think with that, because I don't want to be the only person that's ever tried Alpha Brain.
No.
Oh, if you've tried it, let us know.
Yeah, pump the
Okay.
brakes. Go on, post. Go ahead. I'm not faulting. I just haven't tried.
Well, so here's I looked into a lot of different things because back in January I started looking at my health a lot more and eating better and all this other stuff. So I started,
great.
Number one, eating less and better. I also did a vitamin regimen, and then I also tried a few things just because I have ADD, and I
No, you don't.
Well, okay.
You have ADHD. ADD. Yeah,
Whatever.
ADD is a deprecated term. Post.
Sure, whatever. Okay, whatever. So I don't take medicine for it anymore because of the cost. Back in the day was too much. And anyways, so I'm always on the lookout for ways to like see if there's any way I can supplement that at all for my brain.
Sure.
And I've tried Alpha Brain. I'm third month on it. I actually stopped taking it because I felt like it had the opposite effect for my brain, and it made things well. So I guess as someone with ADHD, I don't recommend it. As
Well, can I
something? That
Can I
would-
speak as somebody who's also what do they call it these days? Neurodivergent.
Sure.
So I have insane anxiety, like to the
Yeah.
point where, and we've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah, just today.
Where it affects. Yeah, that's true. where it affects my life to an insane extent. And I will say, if you have even a suspicion, let alone been diagnosed in the past of any kind of neurodivergency, be it ADHD, anxiety, depression, anything, don't look towards homeopathic or supplemental solutions, right? Because there is a difference in your brain than the quote unquote normal brain. So talk to a fucking physician, and I'm not talking to you, Post. I'm just speaking in general because I've been there where it's just like, no, I'm going to try to solve things on my own. It's so much better when you talk to a physician, talk to a specialist, hopefully a either psychologist or neurologist or whatever. But at the same time, there are certain things that can help, be it better diet, like you were saying, or exercise that, can certainly help you in certain fashions. But I just want to say, don't think of it as a substitute towards proper treatment.
That's a good point.
But I would still like to hear your own personal experience.
Yeah, I just if anyone's out there trying to think about, I think for somebody who doesn't have the ailments that I do, it might be something beneficial. The first couple times I did take it, I thought it could have been placebo effect, but I thought it was good.
I was gonna say.
But after I was on it regularly for like 3 weeks, I noticed like my memory was abnormally bad. Like it was working in the opposite way.
But I was going to say, so could that also be nocebo, where you just happen to go through a period in your life where something else was affecting you, but you were taking Alpha Brain and that was
I've
not necessarily affecting you?
I've been on it for 3
Go ahead.
months off and on. So like I will still every once in a while like take it just to see how it affects.
Sure.
Like I said, it's not it. Every time I've taken it, whether it's a one-off or in a couple days in a row, I've felt my brain not functioning the way it could.
So let me ask, why do you keep taking it?
It's weird because I feel maybe it's just chasing that first, I thought it was working the first couple times.
Sure.
Sure. It could be that. I mean, and I also paid for it, and it's open, and I can't do anything with it. So,
but you have to understand that some medications really people. Are you okay?
Yes.
Post is under attack.
So some medications. Hey.
Why are you up?
It's very late.
It is.
Oh, it's late.
Not okay. Give me a few minutes, okay? All right, buddy.
So,
see you, buddy.
I'll be up in 10 minutes.
But some people really do have with medications. Those medications have a paradoxical effect on them. That means what you're looking for, the main effect of it, it's going to actually perform the opposite for you. That's how your body reacts to it, because everybody's body is different and they react differently to medications. The main effect of a medication is how that user group, that test group, the majority of them, how it worked for them. That's what they want it to work for. Some people their bodies actually have the opposite effects of those medication, and it kind of sounds like you had the opposite effect.
Yes, especially by saying opposite.
And I'm gonna take, and I'll let you go ahead, Dom, afterwards. But I'm gonna take the exact opposite perspective as that, and saying that, so Alpha Brain is not a medication; it's a supplement.
Yes.
It is all 100% FDA regulated, just shit in a pill. No different than what you can get at GNC, or wherever you go for health foods or whatever. So, I don't think that Alpha Brain is going to affect you, I, or anybody else in any
significant.
Thank you. Significant manner. I think it is marketed by certain individuals who have a
Yes.
financial stake in said product. Go ahead.
Can I just on that point, because I was waiting for it to come up. The reason I looked at a bunch of, I forget what the actual like the letters, the acronym is for those, but the reason I ended up choosing Alpha Brain is because I looked at, obviously
Because you got red pilled by Joe Rogan. We get it.
Well, I don't listen to Joe Rogan, but it was
Dom liked it.
It was I looked up, I think it was 8 or 9 different companies, different brands. And the majority of them were the same, but there was a lot, and it could have been the marketing. It really could have been, but there was a lot of articles that I read that pointed out for Alpha Brain having just a couple of the ingredients that they found the most beneficial and the more effective compared to some of the other ones that would use less effective, like not naturally derived ingredients.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and that's ultimately why I came to the conclusion to try it.
No, and don't get me wrong. Like, and here's my point: is I would be 100% like accepting to you saying like, hey, I tried Alpha Brain and I felt 5% better.
Yeah.
That would be my like, all right, good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But if you're like, I tried Alpha Brain and I feel 25% worse,
yeah,
I'd be like, all right, what else are we talking about? Like,
Sure.
I don't think it's the Alpha Brain making you feel 25% worse, because that's all shit you could have gotten just out of your diet.
Could have been.
Or whatever the case may be. Because it's supplements. We're talking about supplements. We're not talking about, you're not taking an SSRI. You're not taking a... He's going to look up SSRI real quick.
No, yeah, I am.
You're not taking an amphetamine.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
You're not taking things that actually affect your brain chemistry. You're taking supplements.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So if it's something that's not prescribed by a doctor, it's not going to affect you on a level that is negligible.
I want to jump back to like the beginning real
Supplements
quick.
can affect the body a little bit, though. Too.
Body,
and,
yes.
and the body can affect your mental state, your mood.
I agree. But again,
they're interconnected.
But I'm saying it's negligible. Like I'm not saying it's 25%. You know what I'm saying?
Without me, I'm sorry. I know Dom, you're really chomping at the bit to get in here.
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry. We keep
without
talking
me. I don't think I gave a percentage. But would me saying that I can tell when I've taken it because of how it affects how I feel like my brain, would you say that that's more than what you'd say I should be feeling from a... Okay.
No, because again, like we talk about placebos.
Yeah.
Nocebos are just as powerful.
Okay.
If you take a pill, regardless of if it's sugar or if it's whatever is in Alpha Brain, if you have a bad day or you have a bad whatever it is, you're going to go, well, I took that pill. So, and this is coming from a guy who did that. I don't want to go too much into it because it is a very personal story of mine, but I went on a medication. And at the time I went on that medication, my entire life fucking took a nosedive.
Okay.
And I blamed it on that medication. I'm like, that fucked up my life. And it was like, no, I just happened to fucking hit a really bad time of my anxiety.
Right.
And I treated my anxiety and I was like, oh, that had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Right. So I have an interesting kind of thought on that.
Okay.
And like that's where I would say things. It's just like I think and this is what I was saying before, where you can't replace medication with supplements.
Well, and that's not necessarily what I was trying to do.
But no. But I'm saying like, but at the same time, you can't blame anything on supplements. Right. It's like if you're taking vitamins and you get cancer, you can't blame it on the vitamins.
Right. That's true.
It's
absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, and I also think it's a lot of self reflect, right? You just said you had to do that yourself with your own
Absolutely.
personal story, and
Yep.
we're not
Took
going
me.
to, we're not
Sure,
going
but
to
it took
dive
me
into
3
it.
years to. Yeah.
But you had to self reflect a lot of the times, right? And you
Yes.
realized how your life was going on that end, and what Poster Boy is stating is that his life is pretty normal right now, and the only changes that have been made, and there have been big changes because you can see it in his physique. He's lost weight. He's healthier. He's changed his diet, and so he even stated at the beginning he tried different things, right? And then, he's tried different things, and he tried a supplement. Now, a supplement, it will affect the body, and the body can
Yes.
affect the mind. So
Certainly.
that can be related if every time he's taking it and a little while later he's not feeling the best. He's like, okay, this is affecting me. How is it affecting your body to affect your mind? That can work if that is the only, basically, if there's been no other factors that have changed besides your diet, and your diet, when you've changed, you've been having it and that haven't made you feel this way, you've been feeling better, you've lost weight, you feel better, and the only thing you've changed is that, okay, how's it affecting your body to make you feel that way then?
And I will say
And
that
it's a lot of self-reflection.
That's a good point. Like that's something I hadn't necessarily considered is that is a good point where maybe it's not necessarily making you feel worse. Maybe it's getting your body to a point where now you're opening up to what's there.
Maybe.
So you're not necessarily feeling worse. You're just susceptible to what's underneath. So now it's not necessarily that this supplement is making you feel worse, but
It's just now I'm
you're
cognizant of it.
recognizing exactly. You're
Yeah.
cognizant. That's a good point. That is a very good point.
Interesting. Okay, Dom.
Yeah, but
The floor is yours.
Oh, my turn.
Yes.
Yep,
Dom,
your
go.
turn.
It's very quick now, so it's gonna feel like a little underwhelming. But like I like
That's
it in the
okay.
beginning. You said, so has anyone tried this thing that Joe Rogan takes? The millions of things Joe Rogan has taken.
Yeah.
By the way, the thing that Joe Rogan sells, not that he
Yeah,
takes.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
he endorses.
Can I reiterate the fact that I purposely researched those types of supplements to
we
not
know.
buy Joe Rogan's product.
No. And again,
I'm just saying.
I will never say that taking Alpha Brain is going to be detrimental to you because it's not. It is what it is. At worst, it's going to be nothing.
Right,
At worst.
And so,
Post next episode,
I
like he's
mean,
wearing like a tank top with like huge muscles. Like I took Alpha Brain.
I mean,
Well, that's not what
everybody's
it's
going to
about.
go through their own journey, right?
Yes, 100%.
Everybody's going to go through their own journey. They're going to do they're going to do their own research, So Poster Boy, he did his own research, and he tried something, and if sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. And so it doesn't seem like this is working out for him. So I would say just don't stop. If it's not working for you, okay, then adjust and then drive on and find something that does. I'll never invalidate all the effort you put into it, though.
Sure.
So
Well, yes, and that's a great way to put it, Reyes, is that you can't invalidate the work you're putting into yourself. My thing, and again, with what I've gone through over, my time, and I've talked about it on the show, I believe. I find it hard to differentiate what was in the show and post show, but for all of y'all out there, I've gone through my own issues, especially with medication and stuff like that, where it's like, you are right. There's a journey you have to go through. You have to find what works for you, right? And that's why, like, to me, I'm like, don't fucking take Joe Rogan pills and expect any difference or any substantial difference. You have to talk to a medical professional.
Right.
And you have to get somebody who's very well aware of how things affect your brain chemistry to a molecular level to understand how these things are going to affect you. And so to that point, like, that's where I'm saying, like, Alpha Brain, I don't think is going to help or harm you to any kind of significant level, where if you feel like you're having a problem, you need to talk to somebody who can actually attack that at its biological level, because it took me a lot to get there.
Yeah.
And once I did, my life has been a night and day difference. So
Now,
I thought you were going to
now,
ask us if you
and
tried DMT.
I have tried DMT. No, I haven't.
now,
That is
now
not a
in
joke.
lieu
I
of
have not
that,
tried
though,
DMT.
In lieu of that, though, different providers will recommend different things because they have different specialties.
Yep.
So if you're looking for more something natural and something of that nature, even supplemental, holistic providers, great way to go. And so that's their whole.
Oh, we're gonna fight again.
Nope, that's their whole spiel. They go, and there's always a fight between them, right?
No, I'm
There's
just to put it out there. I am 100% anti-holistic.
And so, yep, and that's
So with
perfectly
that,
okay.
everybody, thank you for listening to
No,
Bucket Bites.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm not actually fighting. I'm joking.
No, it's perfectly okay because
I am not.
everybody has a different feel for it.
I
don't
was
go
gonna
to
say
a holistic provider myself,
Right.
but other people love them. They vouch for them. That's not for me. But other people, they do that, or they do as they like to call it, Eastern medicine. They do that. Eastern medicine hates Western medicine. Western medicine hates Eastern
Sure.
medicine. Either way, things you have to find what works for you.
Right.
That's what it comes down to, right? Is like find what works for you, what works within your. Because I mean, we're all. I don't want to get hippie-ish, but like we.
Gnarly.
It's
okay, Aaron Rodgers, spit it out.
I know, right? Well, dude. No, it's all like your life is within your own hands, right? So it's like whatever you feel is going
Right.
to best kind of put you in the path where you're going to be happy. I don't know. Like Reyes said, like holistic medicine isn't our thing. Maybe it's somebody's thing, but
Like Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, exactly. But
I mean, speaking of hippies, right? Did you guys ever say like weird slang back in your day?
Yeah.
Like far out, man.
So.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know how old you think we are. Okay, that's going all the way back to the 70s, man.
I tell you what. Let's
Totally tubular.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, why?
Let's table it. Josh has officially died.
Josh is done.
I promised my son a few minutes ago that I was gonna go help him real quick. So I think now is a good time to not say 222 again. Any final thoughts from anybody that you'd like to get off your chest before we go?
Hi.
Dom, thank you for showing up.
No problem.
Thank you for repping the now Josh just has to go find the raccoon that
purchase a custom built PC from Dark Fusion Systems and mention Bucket Bites.
Yes. It helps everybody out. It helps a great small company here local. Also, show is sponsored by Nuclear Coffee, nuclearcoffeewi.com. Josh from Suggestive Gaming on YouTube. All great, fantastic supporters of the show. If you have any kind of general inquiries, just reach out to our link tree. There's some forums, same for business. And we will be live again next week, Friday. We might be a little short. I might be able to talk the wife into being on. We might, who knows? We'll see. So from all of us here at Bucket Bites, I appreciate all of you. We'll check you next time. Until next time, peace.
The Bucket Bites family. Peace out.
I thought you were flexing. I'm like, I'll flex too, my baby muscles. And the screen didn't transition.
Oh,
like
that's
it was
embarrassing.
supposed to.
Don't worry, Dom. You'll grow into yours. You still have time.
You got to take supplements. All right, let's get going back on that conversation again.
Bucket Bites is recorded in front of a live Twitch audience over at twitch.tv/bucketbites. You can also find us on our link tree, linktr.ee/bucketbites, where you can find all of our social medias. and also some merchandise, and the newly founded www.bucketbytes.gg. It's where you can listen to all of our podcast episodes in your web browser. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek at what's going to be given to our Patreon supporters for a little bit of extra content this week. We like to record before and after the episodes, so you can just kind of see what goes on before the shows. Thank you for listening. I'm Papa. Goodbye.
So I have my creatine and protein after I work out, but there's conflicting reports about
people can do it after or before.
Yeah, like when you take it, it doesn't seem to matter.
You have to take it though within that 15 to 30 minute window before or after you work out. That's the critical time period. Okay, if you don't take it within that, you lose about 80% of the effectiveness.
For protein in particular, creatine doesn't seem to be as particular. It's just as long as you keep your cells saturated with creatine, it seems to be fine.
Now,
so should I, invest
now with creatine though, you want to do something a little bit called muscle confusion, because eventually your body will adapt to as much as you're taking in and as much as you're forced.